Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things. Welcome, crypto pirates and hexicans and pulsicans, all the rest of you folks. Good to have you. Welcome to Chatting with the Captain. I am the Captain, your Captain RG3. I'm going to bring you a special guest today. So when we started Discourse Syndicate, and I say we, the next gentleman that's coming on here started with me. We were a couple cycles in, ran in the 17 bull market and crash and all that, and we had just gotten our crypto legs under us, and then Hex launched, and that's when we started building communities and helping get the word out what was going on and doing our own podcasts, and he and I started Discourse Syndicate and started the F and Hangout together, and we actually did the first Hex meetup, and it was about 4 or 5 of us there. And so he's been a crypto confidant. He's been out there doing the Lord's work when it comes to crypto. He's got his own platform that he teaches people crypto, and we'll get into that, and an event he has coming up in Vegas. And ours too. We'll talk about ours. So anyway, without any more rigmarole, my good buddy, everybody's friend in the crypto space, Dollar Cost Crypto. What's happening, buddy?
What's going on, Captain? Man, your dreads are so much longer than I remember.
I know my hair's been growing into them, and they weave it in as it grows, so it's getting longer and longer and longer. I'm probably gonna have to get the extension part cut out of it now because my hair's getting pretty long.
Wait, so it's not a wig at all? It's literally like it's got it connected.
Yeah, they're like 9 inches of it now is my hair, and then the rest was just an extension to help train it into it. So it's yeah,
man. You're
man,
for Jack Sparrow, man.
Right? It's either that or a Ferrari or, a mistress or whatever. What's your 40, your, what do they call that? Your midlife crisis.
Yeah.
So I got dreads instead. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. I mean, a hot rod would have been pretty cool though, but hey.
Well, I'm building one, man, but it's taken forever. Oh gosh. I don't know if you've ever, or you haven't. You buy cars that are done already.
Yeah, man. I mean, no, thank you. I don't want to wait. I've seen enough people waste all their time on project cars and stuff.
You know what the problem? People that do hot rod work, custom work, unless you go to the top echelon guys, like the guys that you go and you drop $250K on them and they build you what you want and they get it done, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are different. When you go to these regular folk that are out there building hot rods and stuff like that,
right.
They're like devs. They're like crypto devs. You never know what you're going to get. Your car's going to end up in the corner somewhere. They're going to be on something else. They're going to be doing something else. They're going to be, on a meth binge for a month or two. They're going to be getting a divorce from their old lady and not touching your shit. Their shop's going to be closed down for 3 months at a time. It's the same thing as crypto devs. They're all the same. They're all the same. Hot rod builders and crypto devs.
Yeah, it's a crazy business and stuff, man. It really is. But people can make a lot of money in it, but at the same time, too, eventually, just like anything, you get your body gets banged up doing that kind of work, and then too, sometimes can you imagine finishing a car and then the customer's like, "This is not what I wanted. This is exactly what you told me to build, bro."
Yeah, well, usually they follow you every step of the way, but those higher end dudes, man, those guys, they just say turn it over and people do it, and then that's where problems can happen. But yeah, it's any trade job in my opinion, is, and here's the sad thing, is that, we're having to work later and later in life. And they're talking about moving the retirement age out again. Like, it went from 60, 65, 70. And now they're talking about moving beyond 70, going to 75. And it's like, how does your average working Joe, survive that kind of?
It's kind of like you fall back to tradition, where hopefully you had a big family and then your family helps you out and stuff. If we're being for real, that is actually the real retirement for most people for throughout human history. It really was like, the family, it really was, you have a big family and then they're taking care of grandpa and grandma, and that's really what it was. But in terms of like our modern era, like,
when you died before you were 75 or 80, 100 years ago.
Sometimes, but
there wasn't too many people that lived that long back in the day.
But you'd still would eat. But even if you died, if you're dying younger, you would still be like pretty messed up for a couple of years before you kick the can. So like, it is still that thing where like
people died faster, dude, because now they could prolong your life a lot. Like, you're 80, you're all beat the hell up, but we can keep you alive, give you some blood pressure medication, some cholesterol medication, keep that heart ticking, keep your blood right. So they keep you alive longer, and you can't survive because you can't afford it. Man, I just had something really, and this is one of the reasons why I got into crypto and Hex in particular, because of the tool that it is that, in the trade that I was in, it was really taxing on your body. It was heavy lifting, driving, moving machines and building stuff and greasy 14, 16-hour days, all that. Owning your businesses that you owned, what it's like to do physical labor. And so I watched these guys, and me, I was built a little different. So I always had a side hustle. I always had a gig on the side. I was trying to make extra money. I knew one day I was getting out of this shit, because those guys wanted to work their way up to the top. And then they thought that was the end all be all. But when they got to the top at 50, 55 years old, they were like, oh shit, I'm capped. And I still got, 25 years to go in this thing. And my body's already saying, fuck you, man, I'm done, And so these guys, they get depressed and they start drinking more, smoking more. I just had a buddy, his funeral was 2 weeks ago. My age. Oh, thanks. 57 years old.
Damn, that's
worked
young.
His whole life in the business. And I saw him getting in despair. He was getting despair at about 55, 50, 55 years old. All those years I can see he was getting more and more depressed, because he knew he was stuck in that job, and no matter, they were like, oh yeah, good on you, man. You can go do that stuff. That's you, I'm not built like that. I can't. And I'm like, no, you can do it. You can do it. You can get out. You can do something else. You can retrain yourself. So he just drank and smoked himself to, he ended up with lung cancer. They removed his lung. And
oh my God.
Of course, he didn't stop smoking or anything, stop smoking or drinking. So a year later, he died. And he just had his funeral a couple of weeks ago. And it's like, that's the story now, where like these guys are just getting depressed. They work their asses off their whole life, and then they realize they got nothing to at the end. And if they don't have kids, or they don't have a family support system that's going to take care of them, they're looking at it going, fuck, I'm going to die a lonely old broken up man, and it's despair, so man, I want to change that. That's disheartening to me, to see those guys that have been out there working so hard all their lives to end up with nothing, because society has basically left it to where, unless an honest day's work, 12, 13 hours a day, your whole life isn't enough. And that kind of irks me that's not enough,
Right. It should be enough. I mean, this is why, like, I kind of turned towards investing. I found Hex and everything like that, because you have to be long. You have to have a. I mean, you have to look into the future. I mean, as much as it's that whole thing. You make a plan, God laughs, right? But it is this whole thing where you do have to look out beyond the curve and kind of, all right, where am I heading in my life, and is this the right move and stuff? And sure, you can have fun along the way. Like, I mean, you're working hella hard. You still have to take some time, smell the roses and stuff, right, and have some fun. But because like time goes quick, I mean, I got to tell you that. I'm not going to really tell it to anybody, really. Like, how fast it goes. Like,
fast, man.
I would say, like, it felt like to me, like, I remember I told you this when we were starting Discord Syndicate. Like, dude, I feel like I blinked and I turned 25. Whoa, like it kind of, like it, and then I blinked again, and then whoa, I'm 30, and then now I'm 33 now. So and this is coming, and it's kind of funny because it's coming, like, I was telling you this, and I was like, dude, I was 18 a few days ago, like I felt like I was 18 a few days ago, and it goes by quick. But most people retire. I mean, realistically, the way most people retire is they have a couple paid off properties, one or two. They're single family. They're the family the house they live in, and they buy another house, and then through either business income or portfolio and like Social Security, that's really how they retire. That's actually like how people actually retire. It's not usually just from the portfolio in terms of like a 401k. It's actually really it's usually that doesn't happen, because the person who would retire from that is a person that's like, he's actively putting 30-40% of his paycheck. If I don't know, that's a little much, but like 20% plus matching and everything he can, is extremely gung-ho and is saving up money, and that's already a person that's already putting away like crazy. But like that's kind of that's kind of the messed up thing about it, is because in this world you have to focus so much on putting something away that and that's just mostly because our dollar has gone to shit. I mean, like right now, like someone asked me today, one of my students asked me this today, like, why does the stock market keep going up? And it's like, I don't think, like, is Americans really buying that much stocks and stuff? Yeah, of course they are. But here's what's happening, really. Like, the Russian ruble is dropping against the dollar. The Chinese yuan also dropping. Every currency around the planet is actually dropping against the dollar, more than just because, in the world they want a weaker currency so they can have so they can essentially trade. So it's cheaper to trade, so they make more money. But what's actually happening is that their currencies are devaluing extremely much faster than they actually want, and they're having currency problems. So people get scared. So where do they go? They go to U.S. Treasury. They go to U.S. Treasuries, U.S. stocks to protect your purchasing power.
Now this is why the treasuries.
Yeah, they're walking to treasuries, and this is why, like, the Nasdaq's hitting all-time highs. I mean, sure, we get little drops here and there, but like the reason semiconductors are going bananas is because, like, for these entities and these people, like, where else are you going to put money? They don't know any better, If they do know good enough, they can put it into crypto or Bitcoin, and then maybe they find Hex and stuff and put money into there. But like, far and few between. Like, financial education is really, and that's why I do what I do today, because like I had to like create all this in order for me to get to where I'm at today. And it was fucking not easy. It's not easy. It's not taught in schools. You'd be lucky if they teach you how to balance a checkbook, and no one even has a checkbook anymore.
No, they don't. I mean, that's what's been really, disheartening to me, is to see the kids. I mean, I've got a son that's got a super, super high IQ, and he started college, and unbeknownst to me, he quit college, and
really
started teaching himself stuff. My son learned Japanese, full-fledged fluent Japanese in 1 year in his room. And I didn't know. My son just came out of his room one day speaking Japanese fluently. Said, "Dad, I'm done with school. I'm done with all this. I'm teaching myself stuff. I'm learning, high level mathematics, this and that and the other. I'm going to Japan." And he up and split and went to Japan. And and now he's back and he's working here. He's got a really good job at this at an electrical contracting company. He's doing really good work. Proud of him. But he outpaced the school system in learning. He learned more by sitting in his room and studying on the internet and teaching himself how to study and study faster than he did learning from the traditional school system. Now I have a daughter in college, And yeah, talk about time going by fast. Imagine, you think you're old, and then all of a sudden your kids are getting, becoming, citizens and college students and everything. That's when you start really feeling old. But my daughter's in the school system, and her complaint's the same, is that I'm not learning anything here. I'm not getting anything out of it, and it's like, oh, geez, man, to hear all that. And, and back in my day, it was like, if you didn't get a college education, you were forced to a life of looking at your first name on the top front of your shirt, and, that's what my old man said. You look down and you see your first name on your shirt at work, you didn't make it, boy. And I was like, damn, and that's, but that was honest work. But, the
world evolves. The world evolves,
Yeah. And back to the currency thing though. Because, I've always said it, everyone's like, oh, the dollar's dead, dollar's dying, blah, blah, blah. But you even said it. So the runner's up. So it's got to be replaced by a runner up. Right. Period. End of story. It's got to be, if the dollar's going to be usurped or crash, then something else has to take its place. Right. That's how it works.
Power vacuum. Yep.
And if the ruble and the yen and the yuan are all losing to the dollar as the dollar is hurting, then there still is no dollar crash, because the whole world economy is coming down, is having problems. And as far as Bitcoin being the reserve currency of the world and all that, I highly doubt that that's ever going to happen. Like in a world that we live in,
it's going to be a reserve asset. Absolutely. Yes, like Trump is going to create. It is now basically, but like officially, Trump is going to make a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and this part's going to piss the fucking Bitcoiners off. There's going to be a crypto strategic reserve, right? It's sort of like, is it rare earth metal or rare earth metals, right? Like, it's not just there is just oil or LNG, or plutonium. Like there's like certain like these certain sectors of energy and stuff were just like these rare commodities or these rare like things and stuff that it's strategically. I mean they're literally thinking about like digging up half of Mexico, just trying to get to all the lithium in the middle of Mexico. They discovered
they already did that with the silver mines back in the day, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's like I'm straight up from one of the silver mine towns. That's where we're from. Straight up.
What was it? Potosi or something like that was the main one. Potosi.
Yeah, there's
like everywhere out there. Like, and you don't ever see that, but all out there in Mexico where they were mining, and they were doing it with Indians back then. The Indian people back then, but it was like they just ripped the silver out of that place like crazy, man. Just holes everywhere.
Yeah, I mean the entire Mexican economy was basically it was a silver-based economy essentially. Yeah, and then at one point they got so good at getting silver, it actually crashed it's sort of what happened to Spanish. The Spanish got so much gold that it kind of like gold's value went down because there was so much gold, and the same thing happened with them. There was so much silver, the silver demand went down. It hurt their economy. It's just it's a kind of a clusterfuck, But yeah.
Well, we've got a lot of instability in the markets. We've got a lot of people that, in my opinion, would rather break this thing than try and fix it. And I don't know whether breaking it or trying to fix it is the right answer. I don't know the answer to that, to be honest. Sometimes breaking it and starting all over is better than trying to fix something that's been broken for so long, or that's been abscessed for so long, so I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm a little not necessarily concerned. I'm just a little amiss of what exactly is the plan here, because he's putting a lot of pro crypto people in place. I mean, the head of the SEC is a pro crypto dude. He's coming in hot. And they've got a lot of other cabinet members that are leaning crypto too. So it's going to be interesting.
David Sachs just got announced. He's the new crypto czar, basically.
Yeah.
Chamath. He's a Chamath friend. You know, he's one. Great, bro. It's we're like, you know, I think what people haven't noticed about this election, you know, this election that recently happened between, you know, Trump and Kamala, right, was really like, it was essentially what happened with, like, I would say Nixon and, you know, JFK, where this one was the first real, like, you needed to be on YouTube and podcasting to win, basically, and then they didn't play that.
It was because because sentiment has changed. You know, people don't just turn on the regular news anymore. You know, it's not about, you know, where are you getting proper information. And I think that America has been programmed to watch what they want to watch right now. I think I don't think that necessarily we're getting the best information now. I think we're getting the information that we want to see. We're getting algorithm right now. And that's what American citizens are seeing, is what they want to see. And they're being fed a daily dose of what they want to see, rather than really understanding the world in which they toil. Because I'm seeing a lot of lost history here from a lot of you young people. You guys didn't see or understand or learn about the things that we went through or saw our parents and grandparents go through. Yeah. My grandfather was, you know, alive during the Great Depression.
Right.
You know, he told me some horror stories that were just insane, you know, about what was going on. We've never lived through anything like that yet in modern day. People alive today haven't necessarily. He's 96 years old, so he's one of the last of the people that were from that era that actually went through all of that and seen all that and watched pensions come and watched pensions go and 401ks take place and social safety nets come, and then social safety nets be, you know, blown out of proportion, and big tranches of money that are sitting there in the Social Security fund and the Medicare fund that are now people are greedy wanting to go after, you know, and there it was to support the least of us. And now it's money that people are going after. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens here to this country. It is really going to be interesting.
But look, now I got to come as a person. I'm a millennial, right? And not an Xer, not a boomer, not a Gen Z, right? But pretty much all the problems that we have in this world, it's pretty much the boomers created it, basically. I mean, now you could say there's systems in place that kind of put them in that position, but it's sort of, you know, once you take the reins, it's your world, right? And it's like, I mean, you can't blame every boomer, of course. It's really just the top guys who made the decisions, but they financialized about everything. And then the problem is that at some point, because they financialized everything,
well, they privatized too much. And I hear this, you know, the problem there's freedom in privatization, of course. There's capitalism in privatization, of course. When you go to the extremes of either one is where you start having problems. Because, you know, of course, any type of social safety net can be also called communism or socialism or whatever you want to call it. Right. But there's a balance in the middle there that keeps a society running well, a democratic society running well. So you have to have certain social safety nets. You have to have certain social programs. You have to have certain social things. You have to have, you know, people don't realize it, but our military is socialized, 100% socialized. Yeah. When you join the military, you are in socialism. You don't eat, sleep, drink, shit, do anything that they don't tell you or pay for you to do. It's socialism, 100%. And that's our military. And it's necessary, needed, and part of the system. Also, our roads, our bridges, all the things that are built here to supply.
You can't have a narcos. I mean, you can't. I mean, people like there's the libertarian dream is that nobody will do it. No, that's stupid. Because then what'll happen? Like if you don't have, you have to have government. You have to have government, but you know, I mean, you have to have a limited government, but you still have to have government. You still have to have a military because if right now, like defund the police. How quickly will just the local guy who has a bunch of guys that listen to him just take over the entire town? Very quickly, very quickly. and violence goes up to a fucking crazy amount. It's a power vacuum, right? You know what they did back in I think it was in the 70s, right?
Now they're talking about defunding the FBI, which is also the police.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the FBI. I mean, there's a couple of these. All right, because let's be honest. Right? The FBI's real job is really to stop like terrorism and really like big acts from happening, right? And it's really the police's job to really, it's the communities. That's
it's federal crimes. They work on federal crimes,
right? Big ones,
jurisdictional crimes.
But like, there's enough sticky fingers with the FBI and the CIA, selling drugs to communities that, I mean, they could just shut the fuck up, really. Freeway Ricky, right? He didn't even know he was selling drugs. The CIA was giving him, coke to sell into crack, so that they were funding the Contras down there in Nicaragua. Yeah. And that was our own government. So like, and then they passed racist laws. Yeah, and there's Ronald Reagan, and I love Ronald Reagan, but then they also passed really racist laws where the moment, like, cocaine you get a year, crack that black people are mostly using at the time, they get put away for the rest of their lives. Most people are smoking weed, and then it's mostly black guys who are smoking weed at the time. Put them in jail for 20 years. Kamala Harris shut out, but then everyone else starts using it. Then like, oh, it's not that bad anymore. Let's make it not illegal since our people are starting to use it. It's crazy, bro. Absolutely. And then I'm glad that's starting to get out there a little bit now, because people are realizing the bullshit, which is good, because none of this should have happened, right? Especially not over race. Especially not. I mean, the amount of talent we lost putting so many people in jail is just insane. Obviously violent offenders, of course, right? Anyone that's doing some violent shit, stick ups and stuff, but like, over weed, let's stop it. Well, drinking and driving.
Let's not forget now. If we go back to when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, hey man, that was that was drugs at the time. Today it's like, there was no legal weed anywhere. So it was illegal. It was fucking illegal. Like you knew you were going to jail. Like you knew it was a crime. Yeah. Like it's not like today. It's like, fuck, man, I just left Cali. It was cool. I could smoke on the street, and now I'm over here, and it's illegal in this state. And it's like, come on, man, don't But back then, it was illegal everywhere. Like, and in certain countries, they would execute you for having weed. I mean, it was a different time then. You know what I mean?
No, it was a different time. I mean, I remember growing up in it, man. But, I grew up in California when weed was super illegal. Absolutely. Oh my God, I was so afraid of marijuana. And I was so afraid of marijuana, and then like, nowadays, right? I still don't really like it, just because it's not my jam. But
I never did. It wasn't.
Yeah, there really is too. I mean, it's just your chemical makeup. Some people smoke it helps them out. Other people gives them anxiety. It's not your jam.
Or I just go. I'm just like, duh.
Right.
That's why I hated it when I was a kid. I tried it a couple of times, man. It was just like the stupid drug for me, man. I just got, I couldn't even function. But the other thing that happened back then too was private prisons became a thing, and private prisons, hey, they needed to fill those prisons. And it's all about these complexes, man. Yeah. Military industrial complex, the medical industrial complex, all this big money, which for instance, like the healthcare system that we have, big money, man, big money, and they want us to continue to pay that money and get sick and stay in their system and pay them money. Because problem is you can't force morality into profit. Profit wins every time. If you have shareholders that are, and that company is beholden to those shareholders, morality be damned. You're not going to win up against that. And I think that's a problem. Like, I mean, look what just happened the other day. Right around the block from where I was staying in New York, down in Manhattan, when I was out at the event in New York. Yeah. Dude walks up broad daylight and shoots the CEO of United Healthcare.
Right.
Boom. Right in the street, man. Right in the street. And everyone's like, oh, Okay, yeah. Oh well. Yeah, he was a crook anyway. He was doing bad shit to people anyway. I mean, this is crazy, man. That's just.
I mean, okay, now should he been killed? Absolutely not. I think it's wrong.
Nobody.
But like we have to like now. This is me being like devil's advocate a little bit and looking both ways at it. A lot of people are happy that he died. Not because of what he personally did. It's more of like what he represents as an entity, right? Mm-hmm. And then two,
how many people have been denied care? How many people have been denied to go get that, annual mammogram and then end up with breast cancer? How many people have been denied, to get that special treatment that they needed to save their life that they couldn't get their insurance? Tons of people, man. All the time. You hear that all the time. People trying to get appealing to their insurance company. It's like, no, man, if you're sick and you have insurance that you're paying for, fuck, man, they should be taking care of you with every ounce of fucking help that they could possibly give, right? Right. Fuck calling it United Healthcare, then call it United fuck you, die fast.
Right. And then on the same day, Blue Cross announces that they're no longer going to insure anesthesia all the way.
Oh, yeah. Like 3 hours only. 3 hours. And then they got to wake you up and go, hey, man, you want to pay cash for it?
and I cannot, I've been alive for a couple of fuck ups. Jaguar rebranding themselves gay, terrible. Bud Light, oh my God. But if there ever was one within a fucking 8 hour period of one of the stupidest things, I don't know who on their team thought it was the right idea to announce that. The CEO, the chief CEO of United Healthcare gets assassinated. Hey, yo, we're gonna start cutting it. What? And then they just announced it today. We're no longer going to no longer do that. Yeah, we're going to, because you know why? Everyone was like, because the crowd was basically the American. I mean, look, it's not, the American crowd. I mean, if you look on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere else, I think the insurance companies really found out today. No one's really going to be mad if they get killed at all. That's scary. I think that they just got scared straight a little bit. Oh shit. Uh-oh. No. Uh-oh. And then
the purge.
Yeah, it's like
open season on
healthcare
CEO.
Bro, the whole healthcare system went like Can you imagine? It's like, wow, I don't know what happened in the month of December, but acceptances on claims just tripled. What happened? So weird. And then to United Healthcare, right? I think it was about a month ago. They started using AI, and the AI basically what it was doing, it was going through your. So this is how fucked up it is. Okay, they were using an AI that if you were insured under United, the AI would search up and look into what you were searching on the internet to see if you were like, searching for cancer medicine, searching for this, and then it would start to. And then because they would see, this person might be sick, they started denying claims. 90% of claims were being denied.
It's crazy.
The great AI revolution, and also on top of that's only the tip of the iceberg. Right underneath it, right? United was about to merge with another insurance company. That was the meeting. They were talking about mergers. So there's all kinds of stories. I mean, they were saying that's a professional hitman. Now he's not a professional hitman. The merger story. I mean, it's just the money. There's some shit going down right now, And then on top of that too, there's some actual real talk in that industry. So here's what this is just some shit I've heard about. You know how Trump was joking around about annexing Canada, right?
Yeah.
So there's actually been some serious talks about that, and the talks underneath is that American companies would have to absorb the Canadian healthcare system.
Oh, yeah.
That's I'm being legit about, like, absolutely.
And they've got a socialized healthcare system there where you
exactly
you just go
there's been some weird shit going down in healthcare in the last month, especially under Trump, because when Trump says something, like, they're like, the Republicans control.
You don't know if he's going to do it or not, man. I mean, it's like this dude could do anything he says. You know what I mean? It's like I wouldn't. He can move markets with some of the stuff he says, because people don't know if he's being
I mean,
crazy or if he's actually going to go do it, you know?
I mean, but let's just say, I mean, Canada is a failed state. I mean, come on. Let's Trudeau, bro. You talking about Fidel Jr.? For real?
Fidel's a very, very freaking, you know,
Fidel
that's
Jr.
an extreme call.
Am I lagging out or is he?
Uh-oh.
You guys, am I lagging out or who's lagging out? Is it me or
something happened? I don't know if it was me or what. We're back?
Okay. Yeah, you're back. You're back.
So, I mean,
bro, like his mom, bro, you can't even. I'm so
call it a failed. See, this is what I hate about what's going on right now. Like Trump was around. We're a failed nation. We are not a failed nation. This is not a failed nation.
Who said we're a failed nation? Did he actually say that?
Trump was running around saying that the whole end of the campaign. It's a failed nation. This is failed. Hey, by the way, D'Artagnan, hey, we turned off monetization just to get rid of it. It was a pain in the ass. It didn't do any good, and it didn't help us any. It didn't help the community any. It just puts commercials on everything. So we don't do that anymore. But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you just being here. That's really what's most important.
Yeah.
Let's see. Your problem. Unpopular opinion. Had you lived your life healthy and organic and not come across your injury, your illness, maybe you wouldn't need to execute someone else.
Okay. That's no. I would say I would legitimately say 80% of people that is actually true because of their fucking retarded their retarded life choices. But there's people that are born that get sick out of nowhere. There's kids that are just born with just look at leukemia. I don't know where. Like it's just like there's shit that happens where like kids are born early, kids are born sick. You are perfectly healthy. You know you're working out and stuff like that, and then you find out you get cancer. Shit happens. Like there's now there's obviously you can tell super overweight guy smoking cigarettes. Yeah, stupid dumbass. Of course, right? Yeah. But there's people just through genetic or just through the roll of the dice that basically got fucked. Like it's true. Like it's just true. It's sad. You know, it's sad. You know.
Well, that's the least of us. You know, there's people in our society that need more help than others, and that's just the way it is. And that's what insurance is for. We all buy and pay for insurance in hopes. The insurance companies do it in hopes that not everybody is sick. That we have a few that are very sick, a few that get sick, and a few that are, and most of the people are healthy. And that's what insurance is. That's what an insurance company is supposed to do. Not tell you that no matter what, whether you had a good lifestyle or a bad lifestyle, that you can't have that treatment that's available. We have that treatment available, but you can't have this life-saving treatment because it just doesn't fit in our budget. You know what I mean? And that's kind of shit's just wrong. And and I can see, look, everybody can be, you know, fucking armchair quarterbacks and shit, but have your daughter go in for something that's life-saving that she needs and lose her because the insurance company wouldn't give her that treatment. Right. Tell me you're not going to be upset. Tell me you're not going to go want to do something. And I'm not saying as extreme as going and murdering somebody, but you're going to feel that way. Yeah, you're going to feel like somebody murdered your daughter because there was a life-saving treatment that she could have got, and you paid for the damn insurance. You know, and that's the hard part of all this is that, let's face it, we're paying for this insurance. We paid for Medicare. All of my working days, I paid for Medicare. I paid for it. Now they want to take it away. They want to try and remove it. Because why? Because there's a big old bunch of money in there that these motherfuckers want to get their hands on. Right. They do. Just like Social Security. They're always saying, oh, Social Security's dead. It's no good. Social Security's fine, motherfuckers. Just leave it alone. They want to stick their hands in it and start pulling it out. That's what they want to do. They can't. Rich people can't stand there being big piles of money somewhere. They want it so bad that that's what they're going to try and do. You mark my words. They're going to try and steal your Medicare. They're going to try and steal your Social Security, and I'm talking about the public that needs it. It's not. Yeah. I don't need it. Whatever. I paid into it my whole life. Great. It's there for other people that need it and deserve it. But I'm telling you, they're after that shit.
But Ukraine needs the money, bro.
Well, hey, and I got an argument for that too.
No, I'm joking around a little bit, but like, because I'm taking the piss out of it, but like,
yeah. Well, somebody said the U.S. shouldn't be sending money to other countries. We could cover all Americans with that money. No, we could cover all Americans with a bunch of other money, because the military we spend our money on, and the money that we spend outside of our country is to promote democracy. It's to promote democracy. See, we used to do that. We used to talk about that. We don't talk about that no more. We don't talk about the fact that if there was an invading force coming into Europe, the whole world would stand up against that. And now we've got an invading force coming into Europe, fucking Europe. Poland's fucking next. And nobody gives a shit. Quit giving money to Ukraine. Quit trying to save, democracies from trying to be democracies. Allow a guy like Putin to go ahead and just walk all over and come on into Europe. That happened before, guys. That happened before. And it was a world war because of that.
Right.
You gotta, look, I don't agree that we need to be in every fucking mess that's out there and we need to be the guys in the head of it. But bottom line is we spend 100 times more than the top 10 nations behind us in the military. That's what we put into our military. 100 times more than the top 10 nations underneath us. That's insane. And that's where our dollar comes from. That's where the dollar is backed by, the military prowess of this country. And if we don't use it, then what is it good for? Right. Are we promoting democracy, or are we going to try? There's never been anything good about being, what do they call it when you're when you close your borders and you just become a
closed nation.
Yeah, when you just say, no, we're going to just take our football, go home and keep it here, Izumer, yes, it is a democracy. It is attempting to be a democracy. No, China doesn't have a republic.
Now, I have a bit of a different take on it, right? Let me take a seat now and put my conquistador hat on. Now, America is obviously a democracy, right? But like legitimately, but it's not. It's not America. It's right. It's the American. It's the American empire. We're an empire, right? Yeah. And the dollar is in the position it's in because of the military and because of the not just the U.S. consumer. The U.S. consumer is, we have the largest consumer on the planet. We have demand. Basically, what the consumer is in the United States is demand, right? Because we have the strongest currency and we're a healthy everyone's a healthy economy. But if you travel around the world, everyone's economies are super fucked. So we have all right. Let's just say we have the consumer who's able to buy stuff. They have essentially demand, right? Because like at the end of the day, everything's a Ponzi. Right. And, I've had some people going like, what are you talking about, Miguel? Like, what do you mean a Ponzi? Everything's a Ponzi because it's all about supply and demand, but it's all about demand, really. Fuck supply. It's all about demand. If there's enough demand over this, it doesn't matter. You can have an infinite supply, keep growing and growing. If there's more demand, it works perfectly. So it's always about demand, right? So the United States, the consumer has the demand in it. They buy things, and every other country on the planet wants to sell to the U.S. Consumer because they can get access to dollars and they can get access to demand and like basically popularity, right? The military makes sure that all these countries around the planet aren't retarded and attack each other because they all are basically, every country on this planet is basically power hungry, just like the United States is, and they're all retarded and they all want to fuck each other up because they're stupid.
Well, they all have their own agendas. And
right.
They all have their own oligarchs.
Look at the French. Look at the French. Oh my God. The French. I can't say enough negative things about the French government. Like, my God. Some of all like almost, you can almost look at like France is one of the reasons why Europe is in the state it's in right now. They're one of the reasons they're like, all right, cool. We can't let Germany, get poor again because then they'll rise up and make a military and attack us again. So we'll make them rich. But then from there, we'll have them become the lenders and stuff. And then everyone will hate them because everyone owes money to the Germans. and put ourselves in that. They've orchestrated everything. Like if Germany is going to probably fall in the next 20 years, it not be in the most powerful position as it is today, but France is going to be perfectly fine, basically. Like they've made almost the rest of Europe basically the rest of Europe has to run on LNG, which comes from Russia. The only country that has actually nuclear power plants is France. You know, dude, if you actually I've thrown hate at France for a long time, but France, like literally the Illuminati of the Europe is France. France has done all the fuck shit in the world. Oh, they encourage Germany to go spend $1 trillion on solar panels when it's a country of fucking clouds. Can you imagine spending €1 trillion? $1 trillion. Imagine you live in Portland, Oregon. Rain, Wayne Central, never a sunny day, and you spend $1 trillion on solar panels. Like, imagine if I live in the land of no
grift, right?
Yeah, it's a grift, bro. It's a grift.
It's all about the grift.
So I mean, they've set it all up. So if Europe gets weak, France stays strong, dude. Anyway, I digress. I don't know. We can get into all this shit, but like,
I mean, I think that there's bigger problems right now than France. I think that the escalation of all these things that are going on are troublesome.
No one had kids. No one had kids.
Like Europe. I like Europe a lot. Being in Europe, I really enjoyed it. The people are good. They have a lot of good tax benefits. They've got a lot of good programs for people to come and relocate there. There's, I like Europe. I think it's a pretty decent place to be honest. But I mean, nothing beats the good old USA, in my opinion. I think we've got our own problems and stuff, and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see whether or not we're going to break it and start over, or we're going to try and fix it. And I don't know which way is going to be any better. I'm just waiting to see which one it's going to be, and what I'm going to have to do.
I think if Carmelo won, I think it would have happened. It would have broke. I think it would have broke.
No, they would have tried to fix it. They would have sat there with a fucking knitting needle and tried to fix it forever and ever and ever, and allowed things to continue to fester and be worse. I think it would have been, I think it would have been a slower, more arduous process of trying to fix what was wrong. Now, this administration could go either way. It could try and fix it. I don't know.
Let's fix it. Let's fix it.
Well, you've look. Everyone says destroy all the bureaucracies, get rid of them all.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Well, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't. There's way too much involved in our bureaucracies, in our agencies, in the FDA, the SEC, all of these things that we all complain about and we all want. But there's a lot of people that work hard to make things right there, and there's people that are in there screwing it up, and there are also lobbyists that are bringing big companies in to make the rules to where our country ended up the way it is. They keep saying government, but really it's the lobby powers through the big corporations that have taken control of our government. All these people are put in place by Citizens United, by money. Money has put all of these people in power. And the power that they've started to exert is to benefit the billionaire class. Period. End of story. They control it. The billionaires control it. Now, since the crypto bros got so much money, they're starting to influence it.
Right.
And the people that want to change monetary policy are starting to influence it. Let's face it. Elon and Peter Thiel have wanted to change the monetary policy for a long time. That's why they started PayPal.
Yep. I mean, look, the sovereign individual.
Yeah, they wanted to change.
They wrote the sovereign individual. I mean, it's literally credits Peter Thiel on the fucking first page. That's the book that predicted Bitcoin and all this stuff. Isn't it crazy? And then they even said, like, when society breaks down, it will turn into fiefdoms, essentially. And then basically wherever a military base is in controlling the area, it's going to be a fucking roaring of gangs, essentially. That book's crazy. If you haven't read The Sovereign Individual, go read it. It's pretty wild book and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But everybody there's people in the chat room going, "Oh no, this and that organization, that and this." Shut up! Just shut up. There's good and bad in everything and everyone. Period. End of story. None of these organizations, politicians, presidents, vice presidents, lobbyists, none of them are all bad and none of them are all good. They make mistakes. They do bad things. They get greedy. They do stuff. That's human nature. That's what's happening. Unfortunately, we've allowed too many bad things to seep into our supposed democracy. We've allowed too much control to be passed over to people who have influence via money and power. And that's the problem. That's the problem. It's been going on for the last, 40 years or so. And I mean, it's gone on before that, but it's really consolidated over the last 40 years. And all of that power has consolidated and corrupted a lot of our country. And that's the problem that we have. Now, more than likely, a bunch of stuff has to get broke before it can get fixed. Yeah. And we'll just have to see. That's going to hurt a lot of people, though. That's what's going to happen is when things get broke, when you start breaking things, you're going to hurt a lot of people.
But who's getting hurt? So, okay. So who's getting hurt? Is it because look, whatever they're going to do to the government, most small businesses are not really running off the government, the government. So it's gonna affect probably mid-sized, large businesses who are getting government contracts because that's the only people getting affected by it.
No.
Regulation
it's deeper than that, bro. It goes way deeper than that. So let's take things like okay. So we've got a lot of things on the table here that can affect the economy. For instance, this big mass deportation thing they're talking about. That can really affect our economy. The trade war that they're talking about putting in place, that can really affect our economy.
It's already started.
We're going to, obviously, Mexico has already said, hey, we're not going to do this. Hey, we're going to do that. Hey, you guys are going to do this. We're going to do that. So trade wars have already started. Well, who does that hurt? That hurts the American consumer. Who is that? All of us, all the plebs out there, not the rich folks, not the super poor, the working class people get hurt the most when it comes to those types of issues. And when you start destroying bureaucracies, you start crushing jobs and you start crushing those contracts. Now you say, oh, all these small businesses don't have contracts, but guess what? Those small businesses operate from people who have those contracts. Those small businesses have to, travel on the roads that those contractors had to fix those roads, to fix those bridges, to do the things that are being done out there.
That's if
that's infrastructure.
That's if it just all goes away. That's not what they're gonna do.
No, but you just have to start breaking things to make it affect. Yeah.
But it has to start. But we have to do something because it's not what we're doing right now isn't fucking working. Look, what
are we doing?
The Department of Doge, right? They have no power. All they can do is look and
that's a bureaucracy on top of a bureaucracy because we already have that in place, by the way.
Yeah. Do I think a good portion of what they're going to say Trump's going to do? Probably, yeah, absolutely. But the whole thing is about look, I'm an optimist because what we're doing right now is not working. It's not, right? Look, dude, I've been in California here for about 4 months and god damn, these roads are shitty as fuck. Nothing's getting fixed. It's for all the money that's being dumped into roads, right? Where's all the money going? How's it not? Nothing's getting fixed. These roads are garbage, absolute trash. They're bumpy as fuck. I mean, the reason everyone's in an SUV, you have to be in an SUV or a 4x4 vehicle and stuff. Because if you ever drive anything low to the ground, your car is going to get busted up to pieces. You can't drive anything out here. And I'm telling you, I was in go to Las Vegas. Those roads are good. Come over here to California, dog shit. Hand on the Bible. I can say that right now to you. And I'm right next to Silicon Valley. I'm in Silicon Valley right now. I'm in Palo Alto right now. I'm telling you, in Palo Alto, where all the tech capitalists, where all these venture capitalists, where all this money is and for tech, dog shit infrastructure. It's all trash. And I can tell you that emphatically right now. And this is in the richest area. I'm right next to Stanford right now. Stanford University. Garbage roads. Where's the money at? Why is nothing getting fixed?
That's that's
well, I don't know.
that
Maybe,
doesn't.
like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
California's a big state. There's a lot of stuff going on here, other than a few potholes. I don't have any problems with my roads out here. I mean, there are too many people. There's too many people here. But hey, just to let JB know, JB, I am not a Democrat, a Republican, an independent. No, nobody puts a fucking label on me ever. I believe in what I believe in. I think of what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. So you can take your fucking labels and shove them up your ass, as far as I'm concerned. I don't buy into any of that shit. I don't buy into any of these motherfuckers and what they're doing. That's why I do what I do. That's why I own guns. That's why I believe in abortion. I can do whatever I can do and be whoever. I don't have to wear red. I don't have to wear blue. That's gang bullshit. Fuck you. You take that shit on yourself. Don't put none of those labels on me. Sorry, that's just a rant. I can't stand this red and blue. You like this guy, you like that girl. Oh, she did this and he did that. They are all motherfuckers. They've all been doing shit. They've all been grifting. And if you don't see it, or you don't position yourself correctly to see what's really going on in your world, then you're going to be the one that pays for it. You're going to pay, not me. I know what's going on. I've hedged myself. I've taken care of my family and my money. What are you doing? Sitting there complaining and calling other people names? Go fix yourself. Go research history and research what's going on right now and position yourself so that you can thrive in this versus get your ass kicked. Because I get you, guess what? A bunch of you motherfuckers in here who think that everything's going to be fine and rosy, you're going to get your asses handed to you over the next few years. You watch. Because some of you are relying on some of the shit that's out there. I know you are. And you're going to start paying the price for it when all this stuff starts coming to your economy and your economy starts getting fucked up. Better get you a lot of crypto, because that's about what's going to be the play right now is crypto. I think the crypto space is going to do real well over the next couple of years. For sure.
We're the hardest money on the planet, man. All roads don't lead to Rome. They lead to crypto. That's it. I mean, an illusion of choice. I mean, well, it is what it is. But like, you know, I mean, who the fuck? I mean, there's a lot of shit going to happen. Watch when we get general intelligence AI in the next 4 years. Like, dudes, like, there's a lot of shit bro. Shit's speeding up, man. This little playthrough, this little VR playthrough we're living on right now, it's about to get very interesting, man. I mean, if Divine Wind didn't happen, if that didn't happen, like, bro, it's like, man, Camelo would have won, bro. The market would have crashed. I mean, I fucking promise you, Bitcoin would be at $44,000 right now.
Oh yeah, crypto would not have done well.
Oh, dude, we would have had a horrible quarter four. Oh my god! I can tell you the prices right now. Solana would be $104, $103 maybe. Bitcoin would be $44,000. Ethereum. Oh my god! Fuck Ethereum. Jesus, Ethereum would have been $1,400 maybe, $1,800. It would not even be $2,000, bro. We were at $2,000 earlier, bro. Ethereum would be barely above $1,000. People would be saying like, SAC is, oh fuck, bought the top once again. OA bought the top. It's over, bros. I mean, just take any coin divided by 3 or divided by 2 if it's doing decent. Like that's what that's exactly. Trump died. Dudes.
You really like this guy, don't you? I don't like him. I don't like him. I think he's a useful idiot. But I don't like him, dude. I think he's
it's money. It's money for me, right? It's money, and it's a whole thing.
Oh, that's money for me too. I mean, when it happened, I was like, oh yeah, cha-ching, baby, cha-ching.
Look, I agree generally with almost all his policies. The only thing is probably like, look, there's just some unfairness in the racism when it comes to the immigration, the whole anchor baby thing. There's a whole the mistreatment and stuff. I mean, from Obama to from both Bushes, Clinton, Obama, Trump, Kamala, they all fucking mistreated a bunch of families and split families up when they crossed the border trying to get into America, right? As every single person on this country has basically come here, right? But a lot of families are split. A lot of kids disappeared. There's a lot of weird shit that happened down there in the border, You know, so there's some but the thing is, we have to be hopeful, and like the thing is like overall, I think like it's a positive mindset, and like it looks like we're heading in a good direction because at the very least we see there's a plan, there's some vague version of a plan, right? Like if I'm being honest, like under Kamala, because I didn't come here thinking we're going to talk about politics, but like there's no plan. It was all like rah woman, woman's turn. That's bullshit. You know, like she, as a candidate, right?
That's not correct, dude. See, and I'm
There's
not supporting them, but no, it's the narrative that's bullshit because they have their plan. Now their plan doesn't have, you don't have to like it or you don't have to think it's going to work or whatever, but there isn't a plan. They both have plans. They all have plans. See, that's the narrative that I want to stop is like, do you like this plan or do you not like this plan? Okay, I don't like this plan. Okay, not, oh, they don't do shit. It's just about a woman. It's no, it's not. No. It's about different plans, about different people. Like this guy in the chat room who keeps asking me about Harris fixing. I never said anything about anybody fixing Europe or being better at fixing Europe. I said that. Calm down, brother. Hold on. I said that it would have been a slower, different type of trying to fix what was going on here in this country. Had nothing to do with Ukraine. That's all I said. Yeah. So they have a different plan for things. And that's what it is. People are still people. They're still trying to do things right or wrong or grift or whatever it is they're trying to do. They're trying to do it. And you have to figure that out on your own and figure out how to position yourself so that you don't get caught in it somehow. So that you don't get grifted on by either her or him. Because that's who you had to choose from. And now you got him. So he is who you have to watch to figure out how you're going to condition your life. Period. End of story. Look, how do you plan for what's about to come?
Okay, right. You know, at the end of the day, government's not going to save you. But we have to pay attention for what they're doing and if there's any plan at all. Okay. Do I as like, all right, and this just since we're going here, right? In this race, right? Kamala's just a fucking little figurehead, whatever. She's a little puppet. It doesn't matter, right? But overall, right? One side was trying to I would actually say their plan vaguely. Would they be able to get it passed? I don't know. But you would be like, all right, at least you see what their direction, what they're trying to do. All right, cool. This side, they're not saying anything at all because they don't want to show their hand, and it cost them the election. Right. And that's all. And I'm being as fair as I can because if I heard the Democrats being like some stuff that I like and then pro crypto,
Democrats suck so hard at freaking campaigning. They suck so hard at trying to tell people what it is they're going to do.
I know they fail. They absolutely fail. But this is what I'm not getting is like, I mean, but like I don't know. I mean, I can't talk too much about Obama, right? Because like, I mean, I was still like too young and shit under Obama and everything like that. But like.
And he too. He was the same thing. They don't do shit.
I mean, he didn't do nothing. He bombed a bunch of people. I mean, it's just, I'd almost be more impressed as like, all right, we're the American empire. Look, I have to fucking kill people. I have to fucking hurt motherfuckers. And I got to fucking make sure that we get ours. Sorry. That's what it is. I'm going to try the most I can not to fuck up the world and shit list, but I got to put motherfuckers in line. Sorry. That's it. And Hawk 2 in jail. Just simple things, the AB. Hawk 2 in jail. Oh, god damn, bro. Oh, dude, people fucking flipped on Hawk 2 at the moment they found out she was Jewish. Woo-wee. God damn, bro. Lordy Lord, bro.
And that's what, like, why does all that stuff even matter, right? It's like...
because the economy got fucked. The economy got fucked because they... All right, let's start it off. Okay. We stopped... All right. A rolling stone gathers no moss, right? We stopped the American machine. We stopped the global machine with the fucking fake pandemic. That was bullshit, right? At most, this Android 19 gave you a cold. For most people, there's a very small amount of people. It was real. Like COVID is real. Some people did get COVID was real. People
lots
get
of
it.
People died.
A lot of but
lots of people died. Lots of people died. From a fucking cold.
But people. Have
you been to London?
No, I don't.
They have a wall that goes down the Thames River. A wall.
All right.
You walk down the Thames River, and when you're walking down that wall, there's a fucking mile of little hearts all over the wall. People that died in London. And people died. So to call it fake really doesn't do what happened to the world justice. Now, our supply chains got broken. That's what happened. We lost our supply chains.
Look, I'm not okay. Let's stop right there for 1 second, all right? Because I'm not gonna get into this whole thing about like it's, but like at the same time, bro, like it's
now,
overblown.
I'm not saying that was right.
So
that they,
now was it called complications over? Was there complications over the jabs they gave throughout the world? Because that's a fact. You got the fucking jab. You're a retard because you've literally taken 5 years off your life. Because even if you're healthy, you're more likely to get a heart attack and a stroke now. That's a fact, by the way. And they're even finding out now people who gotten all the jab, multiple jabs.
Who's saying this now? Where's
it's not
the
saying
information
it's
coming from?
Because people, I know a guy.
We can say this, but where's the facts of all this really happening? Where's the facts? Like bro science? Like it's on Twitter or it's on TikTok or are we really?
No, that's reality. No, stop, RG. But that's stop. Look, stop. You earlier oh my god, I can't believe it. You earlier just said that the regular media is bullshit and lies. They're bullshit and lies. Then what do we have? What do we have? Social media. That's all we have. It's the internet. You believe the
social media is worse than bullshit?
But it's not. It's better than traditional media. No. What are we talking about?
Because anybody can say anything. I can sit here and say whatever I want, and if people believe me and go out there and spear the cause, you know.
But what's the difference between that and then a larger corporation? Like we've just said that all these departments and stuff are all corrupted in their butt. It's all bullshit now. They're just pushing their narrative. It's just a bunch of
all of
everyone's lying. Then everyone's lying. Like bro, I know people in my real life that got the jab and were in the hospital and lost motor function. That's real. And it's too many people.
I got a cousin who died from COVID.
Yeah.
Right in my neighborhood, in my town, right here. Marine police officer said, no, I'm not getting a jab. No, I'm not worried about COVID. No, I'm not wearing a mask. No. Ended up in an iron lung, dead fucking 3 weeks later. How do I feel about that? I lost my cousin. I lost a Marine, a police officer in my town, you know, to COVID. That's what he had. Killed him. I know that. I don't know anybody who had a problem with a jab. I got a 96-year-old grandfather who got 3 of them.
Jesus. Well, I mean, there was actually a real case for elders.
I'm sure there are cases. I'm sure there always is with vaccines. Vaccines always have done this to people. Yeah. They've always had problems with vaccines. But we turn this into some big giant, don't get a jab. Oh, your dick's no good because you got a jab. Oh, you know, all this other shit. When people died. People really died. But really the problem is that we're talking about is that our supply chain was broken because they shut the world down. The whole world.
You're right. We're arguing about semantics because there's the human life side and then there's the money side.
Yeah, because I'm just arguing about things that we don't have proof on. Because if we're going to sit here and bro science and say, hey, yeah, this, that, and the other, it doesn't really, it's just us saying shit versus what's really going on, what's really happening, and how's it going to affect us and the audience.
Let's put a pin on the human side. Let's put a pin on because me and you are on the same side when it comes we're fuck the human side for a second. We just talk about the money side. You're right. The reason everything got fucked up is because they shut down the economy. Let's be one thing. The masks don't really work. They don't really work because if you're actually sick, you're just gonna pass it. Like now. Should you cover your mouth if you're coughing? Of course. Like, let's not be assholes here. And you shouldn't be sneezing on people. And if you're sick, you shouldn't be going to the fucking airport. I don't know why whenever we get sick, fuck RG, man. I'm really down with the fever and I'm fucking got a cold. It's time to go to the airport. Yeah. You know?
No, I got COVID twice. I got it twice. Yeah. And it was like the second time I got it was 24 hours. I felt a little shitty. I was good the next day. It was like nothing for me, you know? And, you know, so it wasn't a big deal to me, but fuck, it killed my cousin. Damn near killed my buddy's wife. And so it was
but the same point, this could be anecdotal. That's anecdotal. Yeah. Same thing like you were saying with my stuff. It was anecdotal,
right? It's all anecdotal. It is. It's all anecdotal.
But we can't.
But it doesn't change the fact that our supply chain got broke.
Yes.
Okay. Got completely fucked.
And that's what happened. Is we stopped the rolling. The wheel stopped turning. Yeah. We stopped it turning. We stopped it. we printed a bunch of money, and they had to pump the financial markets in order for people not to go completely broke and fucking go crazy. And then they turned the machine back on.
Free money.
Yeah, we give them a bunch of free money. And let me dispel one thing. This is bullshit. Oh my God, these Biden checks or these Trump checks, just the reason everything. No, that's not the truth. The $1,200, $800. I don't know. Was it 18? I think some people got 800
a couple times, and then 1,200 or something like that. Yeah,
that's no money. And then people, almost 50% of all the money that was given to people in checks went on fucking Amazon and eBay. 50% of all the COVID checks that got given out and everything, right?
Well, that was the only way you can get anything. You couldn't go to a store, so you had to go to Amazon, and
Yeah, you had to go to that. So, where the actual inflation happened was all the loans, all the free money they gave to small businesses. Because you got to think about who can invest in the equities market, who has the money. So it's business owners who have multiple employees. These guys are already semi-wealthy to wealthy, right? And they got hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, and for free. And then on top of that, they could have asked you actually get loans you have to pay back, and that's where all the actual inflation happened on housing. And because what is if you have a worker guy and you give him 10 grand, he's gonna be like, oh shit, he doesn't invest money. The average worker doesn't invest money. They don't invest money. What do they do? They would have either got a
buy
car,
rims and tennis shoes.
Yeah, and tennis shoes, right? So where did all the inflation come from? It came from, guess where? It came from the boss of the business and stuff who got all the money. He went and bought real estate property, went and go buy Rolexes, and went to go buy fucking jets, and went and go buy fucking equities, and went to go buy crypto. That's exactly what happened. That's where all the inflation happened, from the small business owner to basically from small to large business owners. That's where it all happened from. It wasn't from the American worker. Now, then also the other part too, because you stop the supply chain, right? You have the same amount of demand, the same amount of people have to eat. Mm-hmm. But you cut the supply, prices go like this. It's just supply and demand.
Yeah. And here's the problem with all of it. So the oil companies lost money because nobody was driving. Everything was shut down.
Right. It went negative. Yep.
What did they do? As soon as everything was a go, they raised the price of fuel, and they grifted. And nobody gives a shit about that. Nobody's talking shit about that. Nobody's saying anything about that. The petroleum companies made billions of dollars off of us and continued to grift because they could keep the prices high. They did not need to keep the prices high once the supply chain opened back up, but they did. And a lot of companies did that. And a lot of companies kept prices high and did that. So the fact that we as people don't see that as a grift, don't bring that to the table, don't talk about that at all, that's kind of crazy to me, that I don't see that on social media all over the place. I don't see them talking about Shell Oil and the likes of all of these companies stealing our money, being a big deal. But all this other stupid bullshit, they keep us fighting and arguing and throwing stupid crap out there to make us argue about stuff that doesn't matter while they steal our money. See, I'm trying to teach you people, and those of you in the chat room who think I'm not educated, I'm very educated. I know a lot about a lot of things, only because I've been around so long and had to deal with life like some of you haven't had to. But what happens is that if you don't know who's taking your money and where they're taking it from, you're gonna let them make you fight other shit. You're gonna let them show you TikTok videos until you're blue in the face and pissed off about something that you don't need to be pissed off about. And they're gonna keep stealing your money and keep stealing your money. It's been, we had things good for a long time. The average American worker did pretty freaking good. Could buy a house, maybe even 2 houses by the time he retired. Could work at a company till he was 65, retire with something nice, a pension, Social Security, walk off into the sunset. I saw it. My grandfather did it.
Yeah,
grandfather did it. That's done. That's over with. I watched it disappear as I was coming into the workforce. I watched the U.S. American production value go up like this, hockey stick. Our production value hockey stick on the American worker. And guess what? Our wages went down. Our retirements went down. All the money that we had, the tranches of money that we had saved up for protections and safety nets for the American worker went down. All that stuff gone. and you guys are all talking about red and blue and vaccinations and this and all that bullshit. Wrong.
No, but
wrong
it's
game,
because
guys.
that happened or RG. Okay, that happened already, and the only thing people have to look. Okay, sure, the vaccine. Okay, let's just get out the vaccination shit because that shit's already it got done with and shit, and hopefully hopefully none of you guys were retarded enough to do it. Hopefully I didn't do it. I fucking flew to California to stop my entire fucking family from doing it. Thank fucking God. And what happened? Nothing happened at all. And just hopefully you. I mean, I know people had to do it because of their jobs. I hopefully you didn't like find a way. There's a will, there's a way. But like, I know there's tons of like military people where they had to do it. That sucks. But let's get the fuck off the whatever that part, right? I mean that's right. But like that, like, all right, we're in the stew already. We've had Republican, Democrat, well, we're in this shit. The reason everyone's all happy about Trump is because we look like, oh my God, there might be change. Maybe like the change Obama we thought we were going to get under Obama. So that's what people are hopeful. I mean, there's going to be more bullshit. There's going to be some more changes, at least under Trump. Let's see what happens. Let's see the first year, right? That's all we're saying, and that's all I want, even from you. Like even with the laughs and stuff, we got to make something's got to change because what's happening right now, it's fucked already. Let me tell you this right now, right? We look. If we're just talking about demographics, right? The central thing, the thing at the bottom of the Ponzi, right? The thing that controls everything, right? We had enough millennials to offset the boomers. We're 5% bigger than the boomer population, but we're just barely the same size, essentially, right? In Europe, all right. If there's 100 boomers, there's 40 millennials. Fucked. Europe. Fucked. China, oh my God, gone. They didn't even have like the one-child policy. Fuck them, they're done. They didn't even have enough kids. Japan's about to evaporate. Even South Korea's even worse. I mean, that's why they're literally giving you passports to go over there and fuck Japanese women in fucking South Korea. It's true, by the way. Shout out to RG3 son. But oh God, hey, shout out Miss Takanaka. It's looking all right, but pretty much the whole developed world didn't have enough kids, so their systems are failing because it's all a Ponzi on demand and stuff. So they have to print. They're printing money. They're printing money to buy up equities and buy up things to offload all the boomers, selling off all their equities and stocks and stuff. And kids are retiring, and now the boomers are becoming a detriment to the society because they no longer produce or anything anymore, and they're getting out of the workforce. And the only good thing is because these boomers are leaving the workforce, it's because there's less workforce. It will help drive up. Yeah. It's necessary. It's going to drive up the wages here in the States because they're not taking up those jobs here in the States.
Yeah.
Over there, there's a problem because we have enough to replace the boomers. As the boomers leave, the millennials are entering and going to position, and the extras are going up into like the CEO positions. The system stabilizes here in the States. In Europe, the boomers leave. There's a huge shortfall. They're in trouble, and there's not enough of them to make up.
Yeah, they're trying to bring people from other countries in. They're bringing from
exactly.
India. They're bringing them from Thailand. They're bringing them from all over, and other countries are having problems with that because their immigration is messing up their workforces, so to speak. But they need it. They need new, young, cheap labor force. And all countries need that. I mean, that's why China did so well for all those years. When everything switched over, when somebody was talking about NAFTA earlier, I was working during NAFTA and
wait, the first NAFTA or which one?
The first one when everybody started moving, everybody started moving to China, everybody started moving to Mexico. So
Mexico, yeah.
I was a millwright. I built and tore down machinery. That's what I did. So I had a job where in good times, I was building machines and companies were growing. In bad times, I was breaking machines down, putting them in sea containers and shipping them to Mexico, shipping them to China. So I was busy working no matter what. So I had a job and I was working that whole time, working a lot of hours because of it. But I watched whole industries collapse. I watched the textile industry in LA collapse. I watched the chip making industry in Southern California, Orange County, collapse. I helped move those people out. I watched, small parts manufacturers collapse. I watched the space program go away, collapsed. I worked at Skunkworks. I worked at JPL. I worked at SpaceX. I watched all these companies consolidate. I watched the shuttle program go away. All those jobs gone. NAFTA took that all away. All of those things, all of those projects I worked on, but people lost their jobs. And now when you talk about the boomers, now the boomers created our society that we have today, the school system, all of the hospitals that were needed, because they were the biggest population ever to come about. They had to build lots of hospitals.
But that was the greatest. But that was the but all the stuff we have today is because of the greatest generation. They created everything.
Yeah, it was a boom.
No. Yeah, because as the baby boomers were being created, the baby boomers were not creating anything. Their parents created.
They went to work. They went to work.
They went to work and created all the schools, because if you have a bunch of kids, the kids can't build anything, but you have to build things because of the kids. And so that all the infrastructure here is out of FDR and out of the greatest generation. They built all this stuff, and then we've just been adding along to it. A couple things here, but like it's not the boomers. The boomers did not create an absolute. That's a lie. No, all these institutions.
No. You're not listening to what I said. I said because of them, it boomed.
No, you said they created it. You said the boomers created it.
They created it by being born. They needed schools. They needed hospitals. They needed all those things. College, community college. All those things came because of the boomer generation flooding our system, and all of these things were built because of them. That's what I meant. I didn't say they created anything, but they did. They worked in all of that stuff. They worked in the space programs. They worked in all of those things. That's what they did. They pushed technology forward. They were also the creators of technology, of the first technologies that came out in computer systems and all of that. Now they're going away. They're disappearing, and smaller generations of people are taking over. We have less people now than were being born back then. Because how many of us have, grandfathers and whatnot that had 12 kids in their family, 15 kids in their family? I'm sure you got family. I got family on both sides, all sides. My wife's side of the family. Everybody had, big, giant amounts of kids. And now it's like you have one. Oh, shoot, man, I'm going to have another one maybe. 3 is like, you're pushing it, man.
Gangster out here. You're slinging dick in these streets. I mean, there was a time there's a time in this great country where a Mexican man could have 2 families, maybe 3, and provide for them and stuff. But like, man, things have just, things have gone just so downhill in this country. Like there was a great time in this country, man, where a man could have his multiple families or have one large family, but yeah, but we're gonna try to make America great. Once again, we're gonna try to make this.
Hey, it already is great. It just needs some work. And my hope is that this administration does the right work to make it great. And if they break some things, probably deserves and needs to be broken. Now, whether those things that get broken are going to hurt a lot of people or not, that's to be seen. Now, I'm just telling everybody looks like what's going to happen. And you can sit here and talk all the shit you want, chat room, but if you're not positioned right, when all this stuff goes down, you're going to pay for it.
Like, and also me and RG are friends. We're just having a discussion, and stuff. And this is kind of fun, right? But like, because someone said in the chat earlier, right? It's like, you guys, like, I heard the hippies turned into the corporate America, like, bro, like the hippie, like no matter what, like they are all the fake hippies, they turned corporate, bro. It was like, and then on top of that, anyway, like we're in.
They all turned to church, or they turned corporate, or they all, they went from the dropout generation to now they're, yeah.
If we look and now look, let's just say this, right? If we're retarded, but we're the ones actually buying assets and actually investing in crypto and making money. Mm-hmm. What does it say about? And I know everyone in this chat, I know they buy crypto, so like I'm not talking about you guys, but like if a person watches and saying, "Oh, these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about," well, you're not buying anything at all. Like there's a good meme. I grew up in the era where I didn't save my Pokemon cards, I didn't buy a house, I didn't invest in crypto. How do you feel? If you're a millennial, you didn't save your Charizard, your Blastoises and stuff. You didn't buy a house when at 0% interest, or you didn't fucking buy crypto. What the fuck are you doing? You failed. Like you didn't start a business. Like what the? You didn't start a business. You didn't buy crypto. You didn't buy a house. You didn't have kids. You didn't what? You fought. Oh my God, bro! You basically just. Whoa. What are you doing?
Right? I mean, we've been spitting out a spleen for 4 years, telling people about what this is all about and what it means. Now, I mean, we got a leg up here, with this administration coming in. Yeah. That's for sure in crypto. But we've been hedging. We've been telling people to hedge. For the last 6-7 years, we've been working on all this stuff, telling people, hey, man, you got to diversify yourself into crypto because this is where it's going to be. This is decentralization. This is where the world is going to want to go one day, and
right.
and I've never been one to say that the dollar is going to die. I know that it's going to have troubles and it's going to need supplementation. And I know that 401ks aren't going to go away. And I know the stock market's not going to go away, but it needs supplementation. It needs better gains. I mean, Richard tells us all the time, man, you're stupid if he's like, people are being told to diversify. No, put your eggs in a crypto basket, he says. Put your eggs in a crypto basket. This is where you're going to make the money. And lo and behold, he was right. This is where the money's being made, is in crypto. And I mean, dude, you and I have watched each other go from some. I mean, it's insane. It's insane.
Crypto made me my first million.
Right.
And,
well, yeah, I didn't make $1 million until. I mean, I made money, but I've never made. Even though I put a very small amount of my money into crypto, it's more of my holdings than anything I have. Homes and everything. It's blown everything away. And that's because of what it is, and I just hope it survives. It is the thing that I worry about is, I know crypto won't go away, but who's going to regulate it out of existence and who's going to allow it to thrive? Right, Are we going to allow it to thrive? I hope so. I hope we allow it to thrive. I hope we'll allow DeFi to thrive and that, it can be a hedge for normal average working people out there to finally get ahead, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
The only thing on my mind right now is like, why stop at $1 for PDI? Shouldn't it be like $55?
Why? Yeah. I mean, what is it? $1 means
why limit yourself? Like this world, this is a wide world of ocean, man. All the liquidity in the world, man.
If Bitcoin could do 100K, why can't PDI do $100, $200, $500?
Spin bars.
I don't see why it couldn't. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just a crypto. It's just a meme coin. That's all they are.
Definitely, man. But I don't know why. Like, I mean, obviously the chat's pretty nice, but some people are a little salty. But like, I don't know why people are salty. If you just been here, I mean, look, and I know exactly what RG3 went through, man. We went through a whole entire bear market. We were teaching people during the bear run. God damn, that was rough. Ooh. God damn. But if you have been DCing, right? This is why I love crypto so much. You do not have to be a rich man, but you can be a rich man in the mind and become a rich man in reality. That's the beautiful thing about crypto. You could take there's even stories of a dude only DCAing into Bitcoin. There's a guy who DCA'd like $30 a day for 7 years and became a millionaire today. Off of just Bitcoin. Just Bitcoin. Not hacks, not going into the coins that go to do 100x's and stuff because you buy at the right time and stuff. This is an incredible industry where like you can make that thing happen, and that guy, in the next 4 years, right, when Bitcoin hits hundreds of thousands or $1 million and stuff, the dude's going to be probably worth a few, $10 million, maybe more. Well, who knows? If he takes some profit, I don't know, but like,
that's something that we should. That's like some of the stuff we should be talking about.
Yeah,
is taking profit versus talking about,
Because, but let me say one thing: if you sack, because it's all hexagons here, right? If you sacked and you're down, you should have been able to, like, I'll say, because no one really should have lost any money on Pulse Chain. Really, let's be if you sacked on Pulse Chain, but like let's just say with PulseX as an example, right? You should have been able to. You should have been able if you sold, but even if you fuck selling, let's just say you didn't sell anything. Damn it, it's down. You should have been able to triple, quadruple your bag at the lows, like. If you were here and you didn't disappear and stuff like that, right? PulseX went to 9. That means $9,000 got you $1 billion. Pulse X. Today, it's 60,000 per billion. Right? If you would have PHEX, right? PHEX dropped to 30% of a penny, 3,000 per million. Today, it's what is it? Let me look real quick. It's let me look. Right now, PX is literally 2.6, so 26,000 per million. Right? So you could have took $50, $100, bought a little here, bought a little there. If you believe, you could have dollar cost average, brought your cost average down, and you're up. Right. And this is the whole thing about like not, paying attention, DCAing, but even if you didn't like that, you could have gone into other, there's so many things in crypto. Right. And what happens to people is like, oh, I fucking lost money. They stop paying attention. And then when it starts moving their back, they're like, what's going on? And they see everyone else making money because the people who are making money are the people who didn't stop paying attention. They kept DCAing and built up their bags, But yeah, let's talk about DCAing out. Sure, why not?
Well, yeah, because this is the one thing in crypto that really irks me is everybody angry about people selling. Everybody angry about and watching with magnifying glasses wallets that are selling, and don't realize that they're in it to do the same thing. Like they're sitting on a bag of pea dye, hoping that it pegs to $1 for what? So they can make $3 or $5 million?
No. So I can have a lady peg me in reality. RG, I finally figured it out. I woke up one day from the thing. It isn't about pea dye pegging to $1. It's about pea dye pegging to $1 so I can get pegged in the real world. That's what it's really about and stuff. But the thing is, I have to figure out a way where I don't get so pegged so hard and stuff that I don't have a peg leg in real life and stuff. So I've got to figure out how I can get mine before you get yours.
How you can get your peg before I get my peg.
Right. Because bro, I've been thirsty in these streets, bro. I got water, coffee and stuff. I'm so thirsty right now, man. Like there's no thirst in this world more than a man who hasn't had it in a while. Woo! Men have destroyed empires over cooch. Man, the pegging, do people need that peg, man?
They're saying you got to pay extra for that.
That's just someone just walked in. That's some high quality H2O.
That's some high quality H2O there.
Oh my god.
Game changer.
Shaker cup?
No.
Electrolytes?
Clear protein powder. Tastes like lemonade. Like no thick protein drink. It's they got lemonade, they got watermelon, you can drink it all day long, put an extra 40-60 grams of protein in your diet.
Really? Oh, dude, yeah, definitely. Increase your protein intake. Like, if I can say one more thing, dude, try your best to be drinking water out of glass. Like there's so much I know there's some dorky, hippy, dippy shit, but it's not really. Like, this is real health shit.
Oh, no, here we go.
But no, but I'm being serious. It's like, there's so much microplastics. I mean, we're, at the very least, don't drink any hot shit out of like, if you're drinking like a hot Starbucks drink out of plastic, that's super bad for you, man. Like you shouldn't, don't, pause DCC.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. There's so many things that you shouldn't, can, and can't do, anymore. And it's like, I look at,
how's that bro science, motherfucker? Bro.
Right? You know what I'm saying? It's like you can go on TikTok all day and watch stuff you're not supposed to. Oh man, yeah. I mean, gosh, man. Anything you could do to try and prolong yourself to either get stuck in a social security situation or spend your millions that you have in crypto, right? I'm doing everything I can, Yeah, I do what I can.
Trend is right. Trend's the answer. You're right. You're right. You know the fucked up shit, Captain. Captain. I'm telling you the fucked up shit. Let's just say right. Like this is the truth. let's just say as an example, right? I took Tren as all shits. I took Tren, I took roids, and I fucking did all the shit, and I look incredible. And let's just say it's hurting my health. People would say, I mean, it's this whole thing where like looking healthy versus being healthy. But like, I mean, obviously you be lean and shit like that. But like, but it's just that's the whole thing and stuff. Like, there's this whole. Well, I know what I want to take this, but I probably shouldn't. Never mind. I shouldn't say this. But like, it's just be as healthy as you can and stuff like that. But it's hard. It's hard out here for a lot of especially young kids and shit because there's so much social pressure to be extremely jacked when like a lot of these guys are on a crazy amount of roids. They're, like tons of dudes are like, oh bro, I'm on I'm not on anything, and they're fucking on like 500 tests or fucking a gram of test and shit, doing everything under the sun and taking orals and shit, and selling kids the pipe dream, but it is what it is. Tell me your secrets. There you go, microplastics.
Well, it's right now. I think it's peptides.
Yeah,
I think it's peptides now is the answers to a lot of longevity stuff and whatnot. They've growth or GH has been like one of the super compounds that people have been using, but they're finding out that by using these peptides and stimulating your own growth hormone is actually tapping into that longevity science,
right.
And like now they're actually like they've got all these compounds that keep people from wanting to eat and all this stuff, and then they have now narrowed it down to where they can like make you stop drinking. Like this stuff will make you not want alcohol. Like
dude.
Want food, and it's like it's trip, dude. It's a trip. The stuff that they're pulling.
It's
off.
the next level. It's the next level. Like the peptides are so interesting. I'm glad we got away from the pro hormones because there was this whole thing where like people are like pro hormone. There's no hormones about it. You're just taking off-brand steroids that were like junk, basically. That's most pro hormones. But like peptides are actually like advancing it. But but also like there's going to be some in the next 10 years we'll find out there's going to be some repercussions at some point. Like with some of like there's going to be something like a guy like
there always is.
there's always a trade-off. There always is, but if you use it responsibly, like most people, like you could take, like even right now, like you could take. I mean, people. I mean, TRT and steroids have been around forever. People know how to do it healthily, and there's this whole thing. There's this whole side of society that's like super against roids and shit. It's just because they don't fucking know.
Well, I remember. Like in the 80s and 90s, it was like roids were going to give you cancer and all this stuff. And there was one guy, he was a Raider linebacker, Lyle Elzato, I think was his name. And he got cancer. Okay. And he was a big juicer. And from that point on, everybody who did steroids was getting cancer. Like it was just like cancer. And then they realized that, okay, that's not true. People use these things responsibly. I mean, you look at people like Rich Piana. Like Rich Piana was like Mr. Juice, like great. Like that guy he blasted and cruised everything. Like he drank Tren with his orange juice for breakfast and synthol and everything else, and then finally he died,
No, his girlfriend. His girlfriend killed him. I'm being dead ass serious. No. Right before I think it was the day before he died, or the same day he died. His girlfriend they were making pre-workouts for each other. She had been trying to do shit to fuck him up and stuff for a while because this is the problem thing too. He's fucking dating crazy bitches, right? And this chick made him drink a fucking he was like on a it's on a video actually. He made her a pre-workout. He'll make you a strong pre-workout, and then let me make you a pre-workout. And he was like, "Baby, this is kind of crazy." Like his voice, like, "Baby, this is kind of crazy." He died a couple of hours after that. He died from a heart. That's what started. Oh my god, dude! Like, yeah. Whew.
Did she go to jail?
No, bitches get away with everything, dude. Like. Yeah. I mean, more the real culprit in life is women, bro. Let's be like choosing the wrong.
Oh shit! Here we go. Now we're gonna get on the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
No, yeah, I mean, fuck these bitches. Fuck these bitches. Man, fuck these bitches, bro. Fuck these bitches, bro. I mean,
you see, that's a problem. As if these
No.
young men
These
young men aren't getting laid enough.
Listen here, brother. This whole committee is going wild. All right, listen here. No. You had your time. You had your woman. You had your kids. Now let us live in our glory of light. Okay. But okay. I mean, all jokes aside, but no. All I said was choosing the wrong woman will lead you into disaster. That's all I said. He was choosing very bad women. He was choosing fucking he was basically.
Oh, come on, dude. Of course he was.
I like Rich.
He doesn't make any good choices in his life, really.
But he, I mean, let's be honest. He was on a lot of trend. He was on a lot of drugs. He was doing coke. He was doing ecstasy. He was doing a lot of stuff. And he was a guy that was looking for love because he didn't have it throughout his life. And he kept fucking dating Ukrainian hookers. That's what That's
what's wrong with that.
Nothing's wrong with that. As long,
but have you seen Ukrainian hookers?
Yeah, I've seen her. They're sure, some of them beautiful, but they're fucking cuckoo and they're gonna kill you. And then she was only dating him to get a green card. And then she was trying to get his money and kill, bro, dude. Bro, it's like this. Go look on YouTube. This is all documented already. Like everything I'm saying is facts on this, especially with Rich. I love Rich too. Like it's super. It's
I love that dude, man. He was the best, man. Yeah.
But I said nothing controversial. I said just don't choose a crazy bitch in your life. That's it. That's all I said. They're all crazy. Okay, they're all crazy. But don't choose a. That's all I said. What there's no the He-Man hater club. They just don't nothing will fuck your life up more than a woman. That's it. I mean, you can be on your path and everything, and it's just choosing the wrong woman in your life will fuck everything up. Everything up, dude. Everything up. Right. But But at the same time, too, people do change. I understand. There is a thing that happens. There is a thing that happens. Age is a real. There's sometimes where you guys were the right thing, and then the kids are out of the nest, and there's sometimes this empty nester thing that happens to couples. Sometimes it's weird. I don't know if it's maybe life goals, but that's more of a real adult conversation in a relationship.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, ladies, liquor, leverage, and lawyers. Don't trust any of them.
Ladies, liquor, leverage,
and lawyers.
The whole things that'll ruin a man, right? I think.
It's in the Bible. I mean, it's in the Bible. Who tempted Adam with the fucking apple?
It's in the Bible. But anyway,
who was the first person? You want to know something? In the Garden of Eden, man. You know who was the first person to get trend? Women were. That's facts. The first women to ever get human trials on trenbolone was given to women, and women are the ones that got men into. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Mahogany. Go ahead. Okay, I've said my piece on it. Go ahead.
But see, and this is why young men aren't getting laid anymore because they.
Well, hey, I'm having no problems, brother.
Oh no.
I can get laid right now wearing fucking post pump clarity shirts right now.
Post pump clarity. Yeah, Carl says this is been married 37 years, best damn thing that's ever happened to me.
Exactly, because he chose right.
He chose well.
You chose right. That's the whole.
That's the thing about this is that yeah, you're right.
But Carl, if you married a fucking coke,
you married a heroin addict that's stealing your mom's car on the weekends, then yeah, you probably need to.
Carl was like, she's the apple of my eye. Yeah, she fucks all my friends, but she's the apple of my eye. Yeah, I don't know if my second kid is mine. He's black, maybe, but the apple of my eye. Bro, come on, let's stop, bro. You ain't beating me on this shit. No, absolutely not. Haram. And then let me tell you this. The reason women are fucked up right now, and society are fucked up, is because of this. Because women used to judge themselves based on their local community. We used to be smaller. Back in the day, you would only have to compete against your hometown. You used your high school, right? It'd just be who's the good-looking guy at the high school, and then the pecking order, and that's it. That was the whole thing. Your local town. Now there's Instagram. Now you're judging yourself. Even me, my perception of everything is fucked. Even off of because of Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, because I see you see the world, right? Normally we'd be fucking peasants. We would never see the world. Maybe you'd see oh wow, there's I saw 3 hot bitches, and you'd be 40 years old thinking about that one hot bitch you saw when you were 16. You passed by one day, your dad for some reason had business over town. You went 40 miles.
Social media has become insane.
That's the reason.
I want to show you something. I want to show you something real quick. Hold on one second.
Yeah. Don't let RG convince you I'm wrong, you guys. I'm 100% right about this shit. What color's my Bugatti? It's red.
So,
well, it's actually black, actually.
So strangely enough, I went to just show how things have changed, right?
Okay.
So I my dad passed away a few years ago. You guys were helping me with the show at the time, and I went there, handled his affairs. I had to go back to get all of my things that belonged to me that were given to me, and so truck up there and went and got everything, and I'm digging through some old boxes of stuff that were in the garage, and there was a box of stuff with my grandfather's name on it and stuff, right? So I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I open it up and it's like all this stuff that was in my grandfather's desk. Well, when I was a young man, very, very young man, we found, me and my cousin and my brother, we were messing around in granddad's under his desk there, and we found a nudie magazine in the cupboard, right? So we were checking it out. We were looking at it and pointing, the whole thing. And grandma come up behind us, right? She caught us. Oh man, we got the shit beat out of us. She rolled the thing up and started beating us.
Oh, this is when you're young, when you're younger, not like.
Oh yeah, I was like, 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
First time we ever saw the nudie magazine. I got my cousin involved, and my little brother was there. So we're looking at all this stuff, and this at the time was the nudie magazine, bro.
Naked yoke, bruh.
This is the actual magazine.
Hey, those buns are fire, though. Those buns are fire, bro.
That sent me on my journey of forever chasing women. This book right here. Like, I probably wouldn't get in any trouble showing all this stuff, right? I mean, it's just like, like that's it.
I always thought it was National
And
Geographic.
this is what women had to judge themselves against back then, right? Now,
that's not a bad idea.
Instagram for 3 seconds, and it's like, what?
Yeah, even the women are taking steroids, bro. These chicks are taking Anavar.
Oh shit,
bro. Like this is a big trick that they're doing. Like they're taking oral steroids, just Anavar, no testosterone, in order for them to get the abs and to keep their stomach really flat. And then they take it for too long, and then their voices start getting real deep. If they're lucky, they just get a little hair, but we all just laser it off, but then my voice gets real deep, RG, and then what happens? They don't notice it. One day that they have these fucking shoulders on them, like god damn, dude. Like I saw a chick at the gym a month or two ago, man. I was like, she beat me up.
Well, all they got to do is peptides now. They don't have to do Anavar.
Yeah, but they do. But the thing is that because the people are not educated, but that's what they're doing. Like they just like, what do I got to do to stay skinny and shape? Poop, pop a pill. That's it,
Yeah. Well,
it is what it is. Yeah.
So we haven't talked about it.
No, hey, this is a classic episode.
Let's talk about what you got going on, because I'm going to come hang out with you in Vegas when you do this. So we were going to talk about your event. What's going on in Vegas?
Yeah, so we're throwing a crypto mindset event. This is the 3rd annual event we're throwing in Las Vegas. It's going to be January 16th through the 18th. We're going to have it down there at Planet Hollywood, but we're going to be having events all over Las Vegas and stuff like that. We're going to be, it's going to be a really great time. We got VIP tickets for sale that come with basically a hotel taken care of, rides and stuff. And then basically we're going to have a VIP day, which is going to be January 16th, where you hang out with me and Charlie. We got RG3 coming through. We've got Roll Tomasi. We've got a lot of people going through. I think Coffee's going as well. We're going to be riding sports cars. Sports cars, helicopter rides. Dinners, buffets, private event concerts and stuff, and we're probably hitting a nightclub afterwards or something like that, or some bar. It's a really great time. The next day we're going to have an actual speaking event where we're going to be talking about crypto, and it's meet and greets and photos and stuff, food, drink, alcohol, everything like that. We're going to have on the 17th we're going to have the main conference event and stuff, and then we're going to have an actual event where people can learn how to gamble, blackjack, craps, and stuff. We're gonna have like this whole like you learn how to gamble if you want to learn how to gamble. It's no money at all. You just show up and we have dealers and everything like that will show you how to gamble. We're gonna go out on the town the night after and stuff. The next day, we're probably gonna do like a brunch or something like that, and then we're gonna go to cigar lounge and just talk crypto. It's just a really cool event. Every time we've done it, it's been larger and larger and larger. This event's already bigger than last year's, so it's gonna be a really great time and stuff. People love it, man. We what I always say and stuff is like, if you ask me something in person, I'll tell you exactly what you want to know. I'll tell you. There's stuff I can't say on YouTube or people.
That's what I love about you, man. That's what I love about you.
What happened between you and this person? I'll tell you. I'll tell you in person. Don't worry. I will. Especially I've got a couple drinks in me. I'll tell you the truth.
and that's kind of the reason why we started the show, so we can talk about anything and argue and have discourse about it and end up. None of it really matters. It's like, okay, what are we going to do afterwards?
But there is one thing I got to say. One thing I got to say, you guys. We at this event protect the innocent. What does protect the innocent mean? It means we don't, we post photos at the event, but after we go hang out with the bros, we all went to sleep. Everyone went to their rooms. That's it. That's all that happens, right? We have to protect the innocent.
Protect the innocent.
That's it. So the general admission ticket is from the 17th to the 18th. It's +1 if you're bringing your significant other. It could be your girlfriend, your side piece, or your wife, whichever you bring.
Or your Ukrainian.
Your Ukrainian girl. That's okay. You can bring a +1. You can bring a +1. That's fine. The VIP tickets, it is just for that one person because we only have a limited amount of slots. The VIP tickets are going to be done being sold on December 20th. So we have 15 days before the sales stop on the VIP tickets.
15 days.
Yeah, so 15 days. It's gonna be. I mean, it's so. We're about in the next couple of days about to release like the entire like basically event schedule stuff of like all the stuff we're actually going to do. But we've been waiting to see like what's more once we start rounding out of numbers and stuff. Like, okay, now we know exactly what we're going to do basically. But we all the money for the event just gets spent on the event. So every event we've thrown, I think I've got me and Charlie. I think I've gone about like 50,000 in the hole. I just put extra money.
Oh yeah, man! Trust me, I know how much these events cost.
Oh yeah, we always spend money on the guys and stuff afterwards and stuff. He's like, shots for everybody. I don't care. Open bar, fucking kids. Drink if you want to drink, or like let's go here. Like we need to go somewhere. Escalades. We get a fleet of Escalades for everybody.
Were you at our last Vegas event? Were you there when we?
Me and Charlie were. We spoke at the event. We spoke at the event
party. Me and Hexy we kept. Hexy bastard. We kept, opening the bar. Then another 2 hours later.
I was at that event. I was at the last event. Yeah, definitely. Because I'm going to be at RG3's event. We're going to speak at RG3's event and stuff like that. This is the cool thing, me and RG. I mean, it's kind of just no matter what I knew it was going to come to Vegas, but there's going to be an event I think in Vegas every quarter, at least something. It's going to be but like definitely, I'm going to be at the Las Vegas event for RG3. Me and Charlie are going to speak there. A ton of our guys are going to go to RG3's event. RG3's guys are going to come to our event. But, these events are getting larger and larger, and it's really a great place to kind of like – like I had so many people that just brought their brother or their father who wasn't convinced and were like, I'm on board now. I get it. And then there's some guys I've talked to where I had a couple guys I had to like sit – I took them – we sat apart. Let's get away from music. Let's sit down. Do not do what you're going to do. I think it's a really bad idea. You should do not sell your business and jump into do not do that. Mm-hmm. Like there were some people that came in, he's like, Miguel, I'm about to sell my business. And this is a guy that was like, almost 50 and like didn't know anything about crypto and was going to sell it all. And I was like, and it's because the son was like egging the father on, like, let's do this. And I was like, no, don't throw some money in, but do not sell your business, your livelihood and stuff. You have to have a plan. Like you have I even tell guys when they really make money, like right now, when we take profits in 25, right? Or early 26, depending on how long the bull run lasts, right? You need to sit for a year with that money in your bank account. Sit and learn how to handle that much money in the bank account before you start making stupid purchases. Like I know tons of guys, like they take some crypto profits, they go decide to move their entire life across the sea and ocean. And when they get there, they're like, I'm tired of sitting on the beach. Or I'm tired of living in this country now. Holy crap. I just moved. Like there's guys who moved to Thailand.
How many of our bros don't want to be where they're at right now?
A lot. They don't say it, but I know for every time I talk to them, they're like, yeah, I'm done.
Sucks.
I'm over it. Yeah, I'm over it.
I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home.
No business has ever outperformed a sensible crypto portfolio, but they're not. But here's the thing. Sensible if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're just gun ho, and you're just like you don't know. If you don't know what you're doing, you won't even know when to exit. You won't know how to take. Like that's the problem with that. Like it's about education. It's about getting people in the right mode and stuff. And I told the guy, like, take the course, learn, and then now they're in now, and like they still have the business, they have income. Like you have to. The people make some stupid moves, very stupid moves.
I think one of the things that happens, bro, is like they get in. They may have gone in at the end of the last cycle or maybe the last cycle. They got enough money now to where this cycle pumps them. Like this cycle pumps them and takes them to that 7-figure, right? They finally hit that, multiple 6, 7-figure, and they go, yes, this is it, man. I'm going to retire. I'm going good. And then all of a sudden the bear market comes and they lose 90% of that value. And then they're only sitting on 100K. And they're like, no, this was supposed to keep going. I was supposed to make 10, 15 million over these next few years. No, these next few years sit you down at 100,000. Maybe it even dumps down to 60K and back up to 100. And you're like just sitting there seething because, either you didn't take any profits and maybe you didn't need to at that point. You should have just shut up and waited for 4 years versus just thinking that 1 year was going to finish you up and it was going to keep going, but it doesn't keep going. We have this cycle. You have this bull market that's here right now. It's here too, by the way. It's here. It's started.
It's
going to go away really, really fast.
Don't say that, RG. I'm the captain now. RG, get the fuck off this. Get off the stage, bro.
Before you know it, it will be over, and you're going to be like, "Oh shit, shit." So guess what? You need to have an exit strategy, meaning that if this is your cycle, if you need money this cycle, if you've made money this cycle, then you've got to figure out how to responsibly take some of it off the table and to put some of that off to the side and either hold it in stables so that you can move it into crypto when it does bottom out over the next few years and you're still working or you still have your business or whatever, or you pull enough off the table to go, okay, I can live my lifestyle for the next 4 years on this much money and here's how I'm going to do it. And you put that away. And that's what you do because the bear market will come again. And, and this bull will be over. So position yourself again. Like I said, set yourself up right. And see, all the bitter, unhappy people in this space are usually those people who haven't set themselves up right. Jealous of something, angry about something because they didn't set themselves up right.
Right. And like, look, you can't, it happens. I know guys that made it in one cycle. They did. But dude, if you make enough, like I've seen guys have really made some money. I'm talking like 10 million plus, and like they lost half of it, but now they're adjusted now, right? But some people like they make $1 million only, and then they blink and they got 200 grand, and they have to wait throughout the whole bear run. And like I said this on my show yesterday, like the hexologist. I said this right after hexologist left, but you get now. There's people like if you're in a country, you're in Puerto Rico, no taxes, great. Okay, cool. But some people are like stay in the States, right? And you pay your taxes, and then you might get the missus a car if you have a missus, or you finally get your willy wet for the first time in your life, and you're spending money not paying attention. Then you're doing this because when you hit the money hits and the bull market's over, and you're like, yay, well, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna have some fun. You're gonna spend some money, and then you're gonna by the time you blink, right, you're gonna be at 400 grand. And then, okay, cool. Now all right, I'm going to wait for the bottom and buy. Once you buy the bottom, you might have 100 grand left. You might hit 80 grand left. And then every day, as you're waiting for the portfolio to start going up, that 80 grand turns into 69,000 to 47,000. And you have this feeling of like dread because, you had $1 million, you had the screenshots and you took advantage, but then the bank account because you have no income coming in, it's just going down. It's just going, and I know tons of it. It feels even with millions, you're like, damn, I had 3 million.
Yeah, it's disheartening. Period. Even if you don't need it or whatever, just watching it do that is watching the value of your portfolio go 90% down is extremely disheartening. I mean, that doesn't happen in other spaces like it does here. You know, and other investment tools don't lose 90% of their value within a matter of, you know, a few months. You know, it's like, and we see it regularly, and people need to understand that that's just it, man. That's the game that we're playing here. You know, we're going to see 90% dips, and we're going to keep seeing 90% dips and plus. And if you can't stomach that, then get out, but prepare yourself, because don't think that this bull run is going to retire you if you're sitting there staring at your bag and you didn't, you know, dollar cost yourself some out. You didn't have an exit strategy, because you do have to sell. You have to sell.
You have to sell, right? And then, but also this whole thing too is like, you may be at a point where like when you're starting the DCA, you're not happy with like what you're selling, but you understand like all right, a lot of you guys went through this bear run. How was it only having 10 grand? Or only having your savings because you didn't cash out crypto and you said, fuck it, let me just keep it in there, or you sold some. How did it feel like having like sub $100,000 this whole bear run, and then, or not even having that, and then having just DCAing, starting the portfolio? It sucked, right? It's a lot nicer when you're starting, like, even though that negative story I said earlier about like you seeing that, that's still that's success actually still, because you actually took advantage. You upgraded your life. You know, you put yourself in a position, and you're starting with more capital or money than you started in the back. Because like, you may only DCA, like some people over 2 years, they may only DCA like 30 grand or 15 grand over 2 years, depending on how much money they make, right? Because I mean, the average person's making like hopefully you guys are making at least 60 grand a year or 100,000, but you're paying some taxes on that and stuff. But like, you may only have about 25% of that's disposable income that you're able to put into investments. That might be 20 grand a year tops. 20 years for 2 years, that's 40 grand. And then now you can put in a couple 100,000 at the bottom. You hit $1 million really quick. Like if you had a couple 100,000 during the BTC bottom and stuff like, you're able to go, you'd be at $1.5 million, 2-3 million right now.
Yeah. And setting up, on top of DCAing in and out, but setting up passive income streams in crypto also is important. Like validating. Validating to me is probably the most important thing, that if people want to hedge their crypto and make more crypto on top of staking, of course, you know, staking coming first, in my opinion. You know, validating on Pulse Chain is an inexpensive way to get your bags pumped up. I mean, you can get a validator and get it running for under a couple grand. And
you're talking about the Pulse Chain validator, right?
On a Pulse Chain validator.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Pulse that it costs you 32 million Pulse, unless you go with one of the, you know, like Project Pi's, you know, cloud validators or whatever, then you can, you know, it's 32 million Pulse, and really it's inexpensive to you know, start setting those up now, because when Pulse does go up and in value, then those validators are going to be, you know, pretty valuable to you. So I think setting those up, maybe understanding liquidity pools properly, but that's much more risky and takes much more experience. And you need to know the market, and what the cycle is and where you're at in the cycle in order to, you know, liquidity provide successfully and efficiently. So that's another way too. But, you know, you make sure you do your research and go to class and sit down with Miguel and figure out what it is you got to do in order. You guys teach people how to
So this time around, like we're like, because we have so much more returning students and like the classes are getting so much larger, we're going to do this is going to start in, so the next classes are probably going to be like late January, February. The class after that, which is like Q2, it's going to be probably in April. In April, we're going to sell a add-on course, which is going to be for guys who already have portfolios, have been around a while, to start cashing out and kind of looking at how to cash out and strategies, and then like what's appropriate and stuff like that. So it's going to be like it's going to be a much more advanced class, and kind of for guys who already have an established portfolio. If you're just getting it, you know, they have to still take the main crypto mindset course. But if you're just getting into crypto in April, not for you. But if you've been here since, you know, 23, 24, and now we're in 25, that's for you. And so because we had too many people last cycle ask us for that, but it's just we had our we had our hands pretty full, and we try to help as many people as we could out. But this time around, we've had guys that have been with us for 4+ years. We started in 2020. Our business is going to be about 5 years old pretty soon. So we've onboarded 17,000 people into crypto.
Wow.
Just through the crypto mindset courses.
You know how many businesses, that 90% of businesses don't make it past their 5 years?
Yep.
That's success right there. Good job, man.
Thank you, man. I'm happy to say it's a business where we've made a lot of millionaires and people, and I'm proud. The thing I'm most proud about is the dudes that for the first time, and I love all the guys we've helped out that I've never had 20 grand in my life. I've never had 40 grand. I've never even had 100,000. I have 100,000 for the first time in my life. My mom's never had 100,000 in her life. My dad.
Dude, I can't tell you how many people I met on the Pulse Chain tour that came from your classes that became Hexicans or Pulsekins from your classes. Like they're like, yeah. DCC turned me on to you guys. DCC turned me on to Pulse Chain to Hex. And everywhere I went, every country, and even the DGen Roundtable guys who
of course,
really helped.
The DGen, almost all of them came from. Yeah, they all almost. I think all of them are from previous students and stuff. I mean, they're all students actually. Yeah. 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 Halo
you can either confirm or deny the the promotion of illegal steroids.
Trenbolone sandwiches. Yeah, be careful, bro. There's a lot of people. No, this is a real shit. Now this is back to the COVID talk. Anecdotal. This is anecdotal, supposedly. But like all roids is all bro science almost. But apparently, if the dose is high enough and you take it for long enough, your sexual depravity means because you're in a warped state, you start needing it's almost like you're on drugs. You need more to get the high. It starts leading you towards more degenerate sexual activity, and some people have actually started going gay or doing the other, or getting into really weird shit after years of doing.
You mean Diddy? You mean Diddy out there? Is that?
Well, no, Diddy's out here fucking baby oiling motherfuckers, but I'm saying that's the most powerful steroid, and be very fucking careful with that shit because it actually damages your brain as well. Yeah, that's go look at some videos, bro. Be careful, but people take it because it gets you shredded. Because it gets you shredded if you can handle it. But most people can't handle it, and I do not touch that shit, man. Be careful.
No, it's dangerous. I mean, well, God, it's dangerous. You've got to be ready for it. I mean, it's like anything, bro. Like for instance, I've been sober for 30 years now, and I don't drink. I just don't drink because I know what the drink does to me, right. and it's that's what you have to do. Like if something is gonna jack you up, fuck you up, mess up your life, mess up your family, mess up your things that you're doing, push you backwards and not make you better, then you want to think twice about it. And I think that's what steroids do is that they enhance. So if you're an asshole, you become more of an asshole. And, and that's kind of what steroids do is they enhance people's, like you said, that depravity and stuff. Right. But yeah, I've seen Trent do some insane stuff to guys, but yeah.
God damn it, Franklin.
I know. Good to see you. It's good to see you, Franklin. In the chat.
For sure. Franklin's always in my chat, man. Shout out to Farmer. Dude, I've onboarded a lot of people in this chat. Holy shit, Karn onboarded him.
What happened to all my haters? I was enjoying my haters talking shit about my hair.
Always we started talking about crypto and money and stuff. Everyone. I mean, that's why
we had the political people in there worried about whether I was a Democrat or a Republican or whatever.
I mean, we're trying to make money and stuff, but look, the thing is it's not black and white because you have life experience. Let's just say I've never gotten sick before. I don't have any kids. I'd be like, yeah, fuck healthcare, fuck all this shit. This shit's all trash. And then the other side is I have a family, I've had kids, and I have a wife, I have a bunch of kids, and I've had some kids that are sick, or I was sick, and the healthcare system saved me. And no, you guys, healthcare is really, and it's somewhere in between. It really is. It's not black and white. It's not black and white.
It isn't.
It isn't, you know.
And
I've seen that, and that's why I've always tried to be fair, because like I listen to some people and I take back, like, let me put myself in their shoes. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, if my daughter, if the healthcare system fucked me over and didn't help my daughter, and my daughter died, fuck this system. I would do everything to destroy it in my power to destroy. But if it saved my daughter and it saved my system, let's not cancel.
Throw the baby out with the bathwater, kind of thing.
Yeah, like, oh, the system's not that bad, but we sure we need to fix it. But like, hey, this is human life. At the end of the day, fuck these systems. These systems can go to zero as long as it saves human life. If if healthcare becomes less profitable, I mean, still it's profitable. It's going to be massively profitable, but we should, like, what makes money is human life. Yeah. Human life is, if all we care about the money, it's like the more consumers, the more people that survive, the more the money keeps moving. Like, that's what it is.
And that's what I was saying about the boomers. Because the boomers came, they made that money move, man. They made things happen. People are like, oh shit, we need to invent Pampers because these motherfuckers are shitting and pissing all over the place, and these cotton diaper companies can't handle this shit. You know, so they made Pampers, and they did all this stuff because of them damn boomers, you know? And
no, actually the baby boomers, I mean, like, it's revolutionary what happened. Because the amount of stuff that had to be created because of the necessity of the boomers, because of the population, it was like such. I mean, the boomers were like, I think they were 3 times larger than the previous generation, or twice, at least twice as large, right? Like, it was a massive
ever born, ever born on the planet. We had the biggest boom of births. Let me say something real quick to the chat room.
Of course.
Where was it at? Oh, D'Artagnan. I blocked him. Thanks, bro. It's cool you blocked him, but I like leaving them in there. They're just there to talk shit, and that's cool. I dig it. And to be honest, I don't. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes they mess up the chat room a little bit, but it don't matter. It's just probably Motley's guys anyway, so don't worry about it. Let's see here. Who else is in there? Do you believe PHEX? Okay, so let's talk some price action real quick, because I think people want us to talk price action.
2 hours in crypto talk. All right, let's go. Yeah.
Do you believe PHEX will surpass 0.5 of a dollar? Yes. 100%. It will.
I'm where's that comment?
I'm looking a little far up, but yeah, it was I don't know up there. Who was it that said that?
Was it $1? I don't know. I didn't hear what you said.
He said 50 cents. He said it'd go to 50 cents.
Bro, yes, duh. Like, that's not even like my most bearish.
All-time high is like going to be. It's got to be 57. 50. What is it? 57 cents is all-time high.
56.
56 was. I thought we hit 56.
Yeah, 56.
56. Yeah, okay.
56 cents.
56 plus cents. So I think we'll do it this cycle. I think we're gonna surpass. We're gonna see all-time high. I'm hoping over $1, and thinking it's going to be over $1. I was very conservative when Hex first ran, and I said, yeah, we might hit a penny or 3. Yeah, we went to 56 cents. So I was wrong. I was very conservative and wrong. So hopefully I'm too conservative and wrong this time, but I think it's going to go to $1 plus.
Even in my most cock-a-brainy, like, I mean, the only thing I can compare Hex to was like, because you have to understand, when Hex launched, there was no token with that much supply that really existed. So like the only thing I could even compare it kind of to was like Dogecoin. And I was like, well, maybe we can get to 6 cents, because that's as high as Dogecoin at the time got, before, the run up we had in 21. So I was like, yeah, 6 cents would be really cool. I mean, literally, this is all the information we had. Like, you have to understand, like, Dex Screener, LOL, that didn't even exist. Like, we didn't even know what Dex Screener, we didn't even know, like, we didn't even know how on-chain, bro, we didn't even know how to fucking use Uniswap, like, in the beginning. Like, it was everything, like, it's kind of so crazy to me. Like, I truly learned how to be crypto with like Hex and Pulse Chain and all this stuff. Like, we created, and we were in the beginning and like the birth of DeFi. It all was there. Like, yeah, it's
like right when we saw Richard launch Hex and it went on Uniswap, and we saw liquidity pools for the first time, and we heard him talk about liquidity pools and how them being tied to everything raises prices. Because that's the one thing that I hear a lot from people. They're like, hey, I see, Bitcoin's moving, what's going on with Hex, man? Why isn't, I'm like, you're not watching Hex? You haven't watched what Hex did? Like Bitcoin moved up, like 30%, 40%. Hex just did a fucking 2x. What are you talking about? That's not enough for you. That doesn't, they don't understand, and they don't understand how liquidity, how a rising tide in crypto raises all ships, because all that money, all that value is tied to each other in liquidity pools.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw like ZB put like 14-cent pulse chain. Motherfucker, goddamn, bro.
14-cent pulse,
bro. If it goes to 14 cents, bro, I'm gonna buy an entire state. Like I'll be like, it was like I'm a very big landowner in this country.
I'll buy Texas. but then the other thing is that people don't understand. Like you look at your bag at the top of the bull market, and that's not really your bag. It's not. You got to go and look at the liquidity pools. That's your bag. Your bag is a liquidity pool. Somebody dumped Texan the other day. I don't know if you saw that. Texan token a couple of days ago. Somebody dumped it. Boom. Down to big bam. Big bag dumped. But that guy's bag was worth this. And then by the time he got down through the order book, it was, worth this. And there was hardly any value extracted out of it compared to what the bag showed in value at that point. So you really don't have that value. You've got to look at the liquidity pool. That's the thing. Is your value is really about what's in the liquidity pool, what you've sold for dollars, so that you can go get you some rims and some tennis shoes.
Yeah. And then too, like, and people always want to sell. And the thing is too, this whole thing of like, I need to sell the whole, like you need to sell the top. Exactly. Bro, I sold some of the top, but like, did I sell everything? No, you can't. You don't ever, like, very few. I mean, and it's this whole thing too. It's always in chunk. You kind of DCA. There's no, like, you, unless your bag's kind of small. Sure, if your bag's kind of small, you just dump it all in one shot, like 100. If you just have it turn into 100 grand and you dump it in one shot, sure, okay, 100 grand. But like, you're gonna dump in probably like chunks and stuff. So it's gonna be like an average. Like, I sold here, so my average was this. So this is what I got out.
Yeah,
and there's limit order selling, of course.
Setting up a strategy, limit ordering out, single-sided liquidity providing out at ratios. You gotta have a plan and a strategy for what you need, your needs, your desires, what you want out of this run. What are you gonna do over the next year for yourself? Because I can't sit down with you, DCC can't sit down with you and really go over your whole life, your bags, your needs and requirements over the next few years and what you've got to do, what your plans are for work, what your work brings into you you've got to look at all that stuff and see, is crypto the thing that's going to, make you financially free this year? Or is it just something that you're going to roll into for the next 4 or 5 years and watch what happens then? That's, it's everybody's got a different time horizon. Everybody's got a different strategy. Everybody's got different needs and risks that they can take. So. He says you take consoles for $39.99.
That's right. Michael Jordan's even going to call you. Like,
that's where you get the recording. You get the AI. You'll get the AI DCC for $39.99.
Listen here, simp. You have to sell at this price. No, it's like, bro. But yeah, it's that whole thing too. I mean, like, the only thing I tell you too is like also like, only quit your job if you hate it. If you can find a replacement or something, like if you do a big cash out and you just, I want to quit this job and just get a different type of job, even if it's less money, that's beautiful. It's fine. But if you're just quitting the job because, I hate it and there's no plan. If you don't need to quit the job, then don't quit it, because that's a big thing that we told our guys is don't quit. Like we're like, I want to quit my job. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Don't quit your job, bro. Don't do that. Like, you're not like, and they're super glad. Like, once that bear market hit, reality strikes, and they're like, I'm super happy I didn't quit the job. Holy crap. I
retired I retired myself from my industry. I didn't retire myself because I work in crypto still. My wife and friends and family keep reminding me that I didn't retire, that I just changed industries. When I was able to be financially free, and it's because of crypto and the assets that I have that I've created for retirement, which wasn't amounting to much. I still needed another 15 years or so or more just to make it work for me. But because crypto supplemented that, I was able to retire at a certain time. Now I didn't do that. I didn't leave. I went to my boss. I told him the situation. I said, I don't have to work here anymore. And I need to tell you that. And I appreciate everything you've done. This is the highlight of my career, working for you, working for this company, doing what I did. I didn't shit on his desk. I told him I appreciated everything that they did for me and that I was going to stay on for at least another year to help find my replacement. And, and that's what I did. So when I could retire, I still stayed on for another year and, and got my replacement and hired them and trained them and whatnot. So, that's kind of the responsible way of doing things. I know there's a lot of people that, they're just ready to go shit on their boss's desk and walk, and that's okay if that's your situation. But my situation was where I was able to, do it in a manner that was respectful, and I gave him an extra year when I didn't have to.
Yeah, and stuff. So T-Bones, y'all must hate it, T-Bone, because I'm a broke pleb working a welding job, metal flab, building boats out of aluminum, and I have no fucking money. You would take half my money for a consultation. T-Bone, what? Brother, you're a welder. Welders make great money.
Come on, so and he welds, and he's a TIG welder, so I know what you're doing. I know you got skills, bro. So don't tell me you ain't making no money.
Yeah, but bro, watch the show, man, and stuff. But you're a welder in America, bro. The biggest grift is most of my millennial compatriots. They all went to college and they all went into white collar jobs, and white collar jobs are getting just decimated. And because they wasted their 20s and stuff like that, and now they're in their 30s to 40s. If you're actually a blue collar guy, you have a huge advantage because there's just nobody to replace you. Yeah, and the boomers are leaving too. So it's a huge. You're waiting, bro. I was making a lot of money as a landscaper. I was making a lot of money. Yeah, as a landscaper, I still ventured out. I went into irrigation as well, but I was making it for my age and for my industry, bro. I was making a lot of money, and that's blue collar as you fucking. I wasn't a plumber either or nothing. It was just, bro. I was Mexican landscaper, bro. I don't know.
Hey, T-Bone, I got something for you. Check this out, T-Bone. I'm literally so.
Oh, it's Canada. Oh, there's your problem.
Oh, he's in Canada. Well, maybe we can have some consult trade, T-Bone. I have a TIG in my garage that I've been wanting to put to use that I don't know how to set it up. I don't know how to use it.
Be back 1 second.
I can MIG weld, I can arc weld. I'm pretty decent, but I sure would love for somebody to kind of show me the ropes on my TIG welder that I have, and I'll trade you. I'll trade you some crypto trading for some TIG welder trading. Hit me up in my DMs. Oh, did you dollar cost bail? So yeah, but hey, T-Bone, what you're doing, man, is a dying art. There's not a lot of people that do what you do. Staying in a trade where you're in demand, I think is going to be a big deal over the next few years. I think that you're going to be sitting in a good spot. Hopefully you're getting money, man, because man, the guys that I was paying in my industry, I never seen guys make that much money in my industry ever. It was just insane how much I was having to pay new guys coming in. I don't know if I should say it, but new guys coming in $35 an hour, new guys, $35 an hour. Man, and I know it was a long time ago. We started way, way, way below the $20 range. But anyway, it was, I think that you're going to be doing just fine. So hang in there for a couple more years and learn crypto. But you're in a good spot.
if it ain't working where you're living, brother, I mean, I would tell you, I don't know how old you are, but I know you've been watching this for a long time, brother, but like you probably, if you're mostly, you know, if you're a welder and you're doing boats and stuff and that's your industry, get your ass down to fucking Florida. And they just had a hurricane. So they are hands on deck needing work forever. Literally, you go down there, you work for somebody, then you can start, you know, trying to, you know, run your own side thing. Dude, you'll start making money. I got 2 kids, and so, okay, it's 39, got 2 kids, but you might have to, like, it might be the thing where you might have to like see if you have, maybe the missus might take care of them. You travel, do a job down there, come back, and then, you know, if it ain't working, you know, you gotta start looking to see, like, if there's a way to do it. Yeah, big fan. Lay one because
Yep.
But you know, like, regardless of how you've been here a while, you're gonna make some money this next cycle. It may not be the amount you wanted, but it's a lot. It's gonna be nice. I mean, there's no way you're not gonna make $100,000, bro. This is zero. If you've been here 3.5, there's no way. I wouldn't believe it. You know. And we're talking dollars, not Canadian maples. Dude, Trump's right, bro. Canada's a failed state, bro. Damn, dude, they're doing, and it's kind of U.S.'s fault too, because they fucked them over.
Well, U.S. has done good. We had a soft landing. You know, everybody. I remember I was telling everybody we're not going to have a recession. We're not going to have a recession. It's going to be a soft landing. No. Yeah. It's crashing. It didn't. We had a soft landing, and we didn't even have a recession, and now we're literally the envy of the rest of the world because we recovered from COVID better than everybody else did. We've done a good job. We've done a good job. It's not that bad, but it can get better. That's for sure. It can get better.
Right. I mean, if things ever get that bad for you, brother, man, I mean, I can ask my brother. I can ask my brother Justin Waller. He's in he's in the metal industry and stuff like that. Like, they put up metal buildings all the time. I mean, I can get you a job through him if you really need it.
It depends on where he's at too. He's got 2 kids.
It's in the States. It's going to be in the South, but like, this is why, like, the whole, you know, your net worth, or your net worth is your network. You know, it's your network. You know, so like, there's a will, there's a way, but like, it's just, I mean, at some point, if it's just like the fam, you're 30, you're right. I mean, I can totally understand what you're going through and stuff, because you got the family, you got the kids. You're 39, but that's how I felt too. Like, right before I started making it in crypto too, man. You know, next time you're in part of Las Vegas in 25, I'll show up and offer me. Yeah, just
yeah,
definitely.
Right on. All right, my brother. Well, we've been at this for 2.5 hours. I don't want to keep it going too much longer. But hey, Vegas, your event is going to be the 9th and the 10th, right? Or is it the 8th and the 9th?
No. January 16th through the 18th.
Oh, geez, 16th through the 18th. I'm going to be out there probably to see you.
Yeah. We're going to do a show in person in about 4 days. Yeah, in about 4 days. Yeah.
Oh shit, is that when it is?
Yeah, December 9th.
Oh, December 9th. All right, better pack my bag. Shit. Gosh, man, the time flies. Time is flying so fast.
Time goes going quick, but hey, man, we had 100K Bitcoin, man.
Oh,
started to do well, man. I mean, it's that's really like the norm. That was the normie bell, you guys. That 100K, they have, bros. Like, we're in the bull run now, like legitimately in the bull run, and Bitcoin is very likely probably going to 200 grand. But there's a chance. Like, I'm not okay. If I'm being bearish, 160. That's a $3 trillion market cap. The reason I said we're going to top out at 104, $2 trillion market cap. Every 52,000 to 55,000 is a trillion market cap. The next top is 3 trillion. Here's the secret: 3 trillion market cap.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, we saw the retrace from 17. We saw 21. We saw everything. 3 trillion is where it should be going past.
Yeah. So from here, it's really we're either doing like quarter million, or we're going to 320. That's the range this cycle. 320 would put us at 4. What is that? 4 trillion? No, it's a little bit more than that. It would be
4.3, 4.2 trillion, something like that.
Yeah, let me do the math on it real quick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, 2025 is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very profitable.
6 trillion. That'd be a 6 trillion market cap. 6 trillion market cap, and then that would put crypto That would put crypto somewhere between 12 to 15 trillion market cap total market cap. So because Bitcoin dominance will go down, it'll probably go down to 40% because we're just running hot with so much money into from the ETFs. We're probably not going to go down to 30%. I don't think so, but 40% is probably very reasonable because right now we're at 52%. It's going to be ridiculous. I have to just keep throwing cold water. It could be 160 because it could be, allegedly it could be another assassination attempt and maybe it won't fail. I actually think they could actually try to kill Elon. Believe it or not. I hope not. I'm like, there's some weird stuff going on right in this world, man. But just the last little thing is like, if Trump's going to make a crypto strategic reserve, but if crypto keeps pumping very high, I think he doesn't do it. I think he does it in 27. He'll make the bottom on Bitcoin when he does it. When he'll wait, because he's smart enough to he bought when oil went to zero, like you said earlier, RG, he filled the strategic reserve. First time in what was it, 40 years that they filled it? Yeah, the Trump, Trump right before he left.
He didn't fill a strategic reserve.
Yes, he did.
He didn't buy the bottom.
Absolutely, 100%. Yes, he did.
Wait a second. Well, yeah. I don't think he did that, dude. I don't think he did that.
Look it up. I can tell you that for a fact. He did.
I will.
Yeah, he bought. He didn't buy it at zero, but he bought it at like $13 per barrel. He filled the strategic reserve. Yeah, he did that. Yep.
Okay, I gotta look that up because that's not what I heard, but I'll look it up.
No. What you heard is that they were selling the oil to the Chinese, and that was under Biden.
No. No, I didn't hear anything about any selling. I heard about buying.
Oh, I did. I truly did. Yes,
because when did fuel go to
2020?
Wow.
He's a smart motherfucker, man.
I don't think so.
I do. And that's all that matters.
Yeah. The price plunge, idiot crude oil. Yeah. Meanwhile, crude other. Yep. We're going to demand increase production allowing for month. Wow. Well, it's not saying anybody, but I'll have to double check on that.
No, Trump. Trust me, the chat's going to tell you yes, it's true. Like Trump.
I'm looking at
the strategic oil reserve. He bought it basically like it was like $12 or $13 a barrel, and then oil shot up from there. And then after he announced it, because he's like, well, it was oil so cheap, I just bought it. I just filled the strategic reserve. First time in history. And then Biden in the Biden administration, they ended up they went through the entire reserve. The reserve's almost on empty. It's pretty low right now. And they got caught selling oil to the Chinese of the oil. That oil reserve is supposed to be for wartime or for emergencies or for when there's a hurricane and we need to. And they were selling it to fucking enemies. Crazy. But anyway, thank you so much, man. You guys, thank you, Captain, for so much for having me on, man.
That was in 2022, and Biden did it.
No.
The Biden administration has purchased oil for the Strategic Petroleum Reserves, the SPR, at a relatively low price compared to the previous sales. The administration has been replenishing the SPR after the significant drawdown in 2022. The Department of Energy purchased 59 million barrels of oil. The average price is $76 a barrel. The price is nearly $20 per barrel lower than the 95% average.
Are you reading CNN right now? Well,
I'm not reading CNN. I'm reading AI. I'm reading Perplexity, which...
Okay, I'll get the articles to you, but I got to get going, man.
All right, man.
Yeah, but
like I said, I don't care which one of these fools did it. I just want to know which one really did do it because I've heard Trump did it.
Trump did it, man. Biden, he was licking ice cream. That's all he was doing. Look at the oil prices.
Falling off his bike.
Let me build a strategic reserve at the all-time high of oil. Biden said. No, he said, let me dump this shit. Like, come on, bro.
Okay, well, I was looking at something that says different. That's all. I just haven't never heard it that way before. I was like, no, I read something where it said that he had done something with the oil reserves and bought some at the bottom, and that's what I'm looking at right now. But I'll find the Trump one too. Maybe they both did something.
Find the Trump one, but
I'll check it.
DCC right again. All right, you guys.
Hey,
Thank you so much for having me on, man. Please come
Yep.
to the event, you guys. We still have VIP tickets available only for a limited time, and you'll be able to buy the general admission up until the start of the event on the 17th. But the 16th is the VIP day, and it's going to be a fucking great ass time and stuff. So if you ever had something you wanted to ask me in person, come ask me in person.
Yep. Right on, brother. I can't wait to see you, man. I'm gonna come. It was good having you on stream. It always is good having you on stream, and I can't wait to come out to Vegas and kick it with you guys.
Definitely, man. We'll see you soon, brother.
All right, Brad. See you in the family. Talk to you soon, buddy.
Okay.
Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things